do, 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 do.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone is doing all right tonight. Welcome back to another fun and exciting episode of Game of Santos. Wee! Fun and excitement intensifies. We have most of our monkeys in this barrel.
Fish monkeys, what?
Our fish monkeys. Ooh. There's
Sea
a creature to add.
Sea monkeys in a barrel.
Sea monkeys in a
Yes.
barrel. I mean, I guess that is a thing.
Oh, taco
monkeys and a
dog.
barrel?
Lumos. That's fine. We have a lot of energy tonight.
I'm not sure. No. You.
There is
Why
a-
must you start this session with nice?
There's a lot of generalization going on right now.
I spent
don't
my
get
whole
it.
damn day like, wait, do I just call into D&D? I'm exhausted.
Call in
What
to
you
D&D.
call into D&D, boy? Please, what'd you do?
You have like 5 occurrences already, sir.
Hey,
It's means for termination.
Where am I?
Where has
Where-
Sonder? Where has this version of Sonder been?
Have a good
I'm
stream.
still in work
Bye,
mode.
Hecko Gecko. Thanks for popping
That's
in.
when he goes
Mara.
into, like,
Love you.
Bye, Mara.
Avatar monk
Mara
mode.
says good luck to everybody. We're
Your
gonna
rent
need-
is on time.
We're gonna need it. Okay. So, we have a fun and exciting bunch of things tonight. Galil will be joining us here in a little bit, and we'll have a full party again. Yay! In the meantime, well, I guess we'll go ahead and, just go ahead and get started. Just jump right in, if you
You
will.
know it.
And we're looking forward to our recap. Yeah.
I have to say, lately, I don't know if we are so much fun and exciting as we are like a soap opera.
Hot damn mess is what we are.
I fail to see the problem.
I mean, it's been kind of fun.
This is true.
Gasp and Faye.
I think at this point it's called a dope opera. Let's be honest.
Dope opera, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
It's fair.
I'm a Disney princess.
Can we
Not
just decide?
anymore.
I
Where's
have a
my
Disney
spells?
princess.
Where's my spells?
Can we
Give me a
just do?
candelabra.
We need to do a Bollywood song episode where
Well,
all
then
just break
we'd
it.
have to
I'm
all
ready.
dance,
It's for
We'll get
concierge Disney
together, do
princess.
some.
I would do some
Choreography.
hand things, but if you don't do it just right, you're gonna piss off half the world.
oh yeah, that's
Aaron
true.
would have to hand animate it.
And for people like
Why
me
would
who
you
look
do that?
predominantly white,
Kindred, your
Why
dad
would you
is.
do that?
What does your dad consider? Just like a. Because he's one of the liches, right? One of the.
He doesn't know.
Oh my gosh, Sandra, you can't just ask people why they're a lich.
No.
What the lich?
No, I'm saying because of that, because you're the son of a lich,
You're
would that
son
make
of
you a
lich.
Disney
son
princess?
of a lich.
You son
No,
of a
because
lich.
liches aren't royalty.
Are they?
They aren't they?
In Thay.
Well, yeah,
In
but
theory.
Well, he's the one who created the world, so if they're not royalty, then they're not royalty.
They're more
But,
like landed gentry, not the same thing.
like gods,
Speaking Aaron.
land gods.
Oh boy. Well, this is gonna be fun. Here we go. Let's get this party started, yo. Oh boy.
With how many
Macarena,
times
it's a
you've
macarena.
reincarnated Kindred,
Not enough times.
I feel like you're the doctor. You have so many
Yeah, but
lives.
still when he was like Patrick Troughton, so he's still kind of goofy.
All right.
He's not yet to the David
All right.
Tennant
So
stage.
our recap tonight is going to be done by none other than our lovely wizard Kindred. So go ahead, wizard Kindred, take it away. Let's see.
Take me away.
Are you there, Carp? It's me, Kindred.
Oh boy.
Oh, great. Oh, great. Okay, so
Please do this in like a Valley Girl voice, like Dear Diary.
I'd have to like come up with something, but Dear Diary. So we've been stuck on this river and don't know where it's going, but apparently it's going to Thay, and we're stuck with all these stupid people who don't know what they're doing around me, and I gotta do everything myself. So in the process, I had to guard the staff, and turns out I was right because Iskra did try to steal it from us, but I caught that bitch red-handed in the cookie jar. And I was like, I don't think so. So she had to come clean, and I got to find out all about her, and I forgave her because I'm nice, and that's just who I am.
Oh my god.
That's some
I
Aries
quit.
energy right
I
there.
quit.
I'm sipping tea, but you're spilling it.
All over the damn place. Okay. So then after, I forgave Iskra and became like her godfather, then time to find out, I got to the inside scoop on the princess and Bazil. Wait, Bazil? It was something, D, and he gave her something because she's like in love with him. Who says that? Like after the first date, after the first night? That bitch is cray. Than me. And then after that, I got to talk to Ardrin, and all I'm gonna say about that. And then
He's crayer than Tay.
yeah. So then afterwards, just kind of like watched, this dirty water all around the ship. And so we got into creepy Thay, and there's like nothing to do. There's like no like clubs or night places or anything fun to do. It's just like wet, dank, stanky air. And then I guess we're here. Let's see what fun we can get into. We're the boys.
This episode is now called Wet, Dank, Stanky Air.
Yeah. Like,
He hasn't fully gone out of his old form yet. He's still a bad bitch.
Oh my god. That
What
was
was that?
amazing.
I feel like that's just Kindred's default
Yeah.
state.
Kindred
Yeah.
will always be a bad bitch.
That's
Also true.
the elf bitch in him.
Oh my god. Well, that was wild. Thank you for that, Kindred. That was beautiful.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
It's me if it was like that Barbie.
Don't you fucking dare
Like-
adopt that for Kindred.
Oh no.
Oh, why?
Wow.
What if it's not
All right.
Kindred? It's
Wow.
Banan.
It's banana. That's banana's canon.
It's Bananarama.
voice. Bananarama. All right. So
I really want to watch Sweet Valley Kindred now.
7. All right. So Arjun will be 1. It's gonna go just like it is on the screen across. So it'll be Arjun, Sol, North, Iskra, Kindred, Renan, Sonder, and then myself. So it'll be 1 through 8. We'll see who is. Oh, this is not a D8. That would help if I actually had the right one. All right. Let's see. What we gonna get? What we gonna get? A 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's be Iskra.
All right.
Ooh. This could go multiple ways. I'm kind of
I'm
excited.
very
about this.
That's my best friend. She her own bad bitch.
She her own bad bitch. Right. Well, as we learned in that very elaborate, don't do that. Don't, Sonder, get your hand out of Kindred. Stop that.
He's a puppet.
The Muppet.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I'm looking at the
Next
other thing.
time-
So it was
next time Kindred does a recap, you should just go like this.
Sonder, I hope you're weary. Good luck.
So it has to
Oh.
do that, but then someone else is voicing it while Kindred is just moving his mouth.
There you go.
I'm waiting for you to say something.
Oh no. That's it. This is the end.
Saunder's
Yeah,
gonna
sir.
work somebody like a puppet. I don't think that is something we
We
can
already
show on
did work
Twitch.
somebody like a puppet. And
Fair
her name
enough.
was Princess Old Man.
No.
Oh my God.
All the way
Uh,
around. All
for-
the way around.
All right. So,
Princess Soul Patch.
bringing it back in. Let's. You guys did indeed reach the city of Amrutlar and are currently on the bows of or on the bow of the Reclaimer as you guys are coasting into the harbor of the city. As night has now fallen, and you can see that there are various the harbor is not necessarily closed off to the river, but it is kind of set in a little bit from the river itself, so that the banks of the river kind of come outwards. Scoot this way so I can use both my hands. The banks of the river come outwards into the river a little bit, and kind of they do have a like almost like where you could potentially close it off. There's like a little gateway that allows the ships to go in and out, and on each side of this gateway you can see that there are two large like watchtower or lighthouse kind of setups where there's these large flaming not torches, what are they called, like bonfires kind of set up at the very top.
Razors.
The Beacons of Gondor.
Like a yeah.
There you go. Yeah, like a beacon of Gondor. As you guys are coasting.
The beacons are lit. God no call for it.
Oh Jesus. Well, yeah. So as you guys are coasting in, is where we have you guys at right now. What would you guys like to do, or what are you guys doing? Any final preparations? Oh, I was gonna ask specifically, Kindred. You had said when we ended last time that you were gonna cast Guards and Wards. Which effects are you using?
Lets me use all of them.
So I mean, I guess that was my basic question, because I did see all of like what you can do. I didn't know if you were gonna be using all of them, or if you were just using certain ones. Because you just otherwise, if you're using all of them, you turn the Reclaimer into like a fun house. But I just didn't know what exactly you were doing. Because I know it allows you to hide doors and make them look like they were walls. I also know that it can fill corridors with fog or spider
and
webs.
stairways with webs.
Yeah.
Place dancing lights in 4 corridors. Place magic mouth in 2 locations. Place stinking cloud in 2 locations, and place a constant gust of wind in 1 corridor or room, and suggestion in 1 location.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's intense. Wow.
So,
It's a fun
are you
house
doing all of that
with
stuff?
magic.
Or what are you focusing on mostly? Because I also know you can lock doors so that they basically have an arcane lock on them.
Yes, so
I didn't know if
mainly
there was specifics that you were wanting to focus on, or if you were intending to do it all.
I will do like the doors, make them not appear where they are and lock them. The stairs have webs. The corridors have fog. But I'll leave it at that.
Okay. So then, what is your password for this? Because you said it's a password for everybody, or the password is just the crew is allowed to go through there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the same
The
on my luggage.
password is that's the number of my match luggage. But the password is going to be set to Banan.
Oh my god.
I could see him die a little bit inside every time you say that.
Yep. Okay. So the password is Banan. So, question, because I didn't see anything. Does this stuff, is it visible to the crew until they say this?
Yes.
Okay. So I would assume then that everybody you are made aware of, if you don't use the magical word of Banan, then your rooms are gone. They appear as the blank walls. The corridors are suddenly filled with smoke. Like I said, it looks like it's like when you go to laser tag and it's just like hella foggy in all the corridors, except then any staircases was just like webbed completely over. It's very much a mess on the inside.
I've never been to laser tag before.
Oh, okay, well,
Banan.
a fun
Kindred's
house.
of Horrors.
Banan.
Kindred's
That's
house.
right,
of
It's
Hey,
horrors.
Halloween. Suddenly, Goat's ghost ship comes to Amrutlar.
Suddenly ghosts.
3 weekends only.
I mean, you could,
Sunday.
I mean, you could definitely use this to your advantage if you so desired, I guess.
Goats with the GHOAT.
So now instead of a traveling band of suddenly goats, you are now suddenly goats the horror
Suddenly Ghosts.
horror barge.
Horror.
Goats.
Yeah.
The scary
we're like,
barge. You are
Goats.
Cirque du
It's
Soleil,
a
but
50
it's
gold
scary.
entrance.
entrance fee,
Cirque du
and then we'll take you
Soleil.
through the whole ship, and
Honestly.
it's an escape room.
It's an escape room now.
Can we make that like a homebrew monster or like a homebrew like creature, please?
What? An
The
escape
ghost
room?
with an H, GHOAT.
The goat.
The goats.
I mean,
Goat.
we'll see where this goes.
The
So
ghost.
all right, so I just wanted to make sure that everybody was clear that if you don't use this password upon entering into the ship, you will not find anything you are looking for, and it'll be a really bad time.
How long?
we
like,
have
how
to
far
say
away?
it?
You have
What if
to
you have
say it.
blindside?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. You
If
won't
I
see
leave the ship, how long does it take for it to revert back to where I have to do it again?
Every time you enter.
every time you enter. Every time you enter, you have to say the password. Otherwise, once you go below deck, it is going to be a mess,
Well-
regardless of senses.
In that case, I think it might be good to change the word to something more common.
It's already been set. The magic's been cast, so say it or good luck. As I disappear into the fog.
You're there.
Because
Just whispers it. Banan.
yeah. So okay. So now everybody knows to say banan upon entering the vessel. The spell does only last for 24 hours. So for the next 24 hours, this will be the case. Yeah. Basically, once you go below deck, it's gonna be a mess. Yeah, that is definitely true. Okay. So
That's gonna be on the next T-shirt.
yeah. As you guys are sliding into port, anything else you guys are doing or wanting to say before you go?
I'm going to remove my apparent platinum dragon robes and switch to the red, the costume that they had,
Okay.
but not to wear the mask.
Okay. Cool. Soul.
So I'm gonna spice murmur. Hey, Sonder, to Sonder specifically. Would you mind coming to visit my room real quick? I am not very comfortable with entering into Thay territory again.
Yeah, I'm just getting dressed. I'll be right there.
All right.
And then I'll finish that up and head towards him.
Okay. Let me see here. Arjun, go ahead. Sorry.
You'll pick up Pop-Tart
Uh,
and tell him the secret word.
Pop-Tart.
Look, I'm real sorry. Somebody had to do a magic thing. You know the word now. You should be able to see how things are supposed to be.
I mean, I wasn't exactly gonna leave the room, but now I know.
Well, sure, but if you don't know the word and you're in the spell, it happens anyway. Do you want to hang out with me for a little bit, or do you want to stay in here? Totally your choice.
I wanna see.
Hey,
See if they are worthy of living.
He crosses his
I
two
like where your
front
energy is
arms.
at, but If there's a target, I'll let you know.
And they'll be dead before dessert.
I really want him to leave really
Crazy.
passive-aggressive messages out of webbing, like in random people's rooms and
Charlotte's
stuff.
Web.
Yeah.
All those horror movie scenes where someone writes on the window, on the fogged over window in the shower, it's just
Yeah.
webbing. I know what you did.
Or it's things like it just remarks on your hygiene habits, like those plates have been there for 3 weeks. Please move them out of your room.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Those shoes with that top? Question mark.
I guess. All right.
But it takes him a while to write it, so it's like you're coming back in from a day out, and you're just seeing somebody
It's
finally
already-
tell you, like, you look like shit all day. FYI.
All right. Cool.
Didn't know I needed the spirit animal in my life.
So, as you, all right. Anything else you guys are wanting to do before you guys reach port?
Sando, you can come.
Oh yeah.
One thing I would have told Fanch that the password is run on.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I thought about it real hard though. I was like, oh fucking bitch.
Okay. All right, Sonder, you were gonna go to Soul's room.
What's up, big guy?
So I know that you guys would say that I probably worry too much, but I just think that I look very different than the rest of you, and I stick out like an injured thumb, you know. And so, if you don't mind, I think I'm going to go as a cat again.
For sure.
At least for now, because you know how it is.
You can sit on my shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Can I pick you up and like?
All right. You now have, what was the name of the cat in Sailor Moon? Luna? Was it Luna? Right.
Yeah.
No, I think so. Yeah.
So now we
have-
have,
I think.
Now I have Soul.
Yeah, Soul's a bit
It's
like,
like a
floofier though. Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So
Luna Soul.
the tail goes around his neck and it kind of looks like a nice fur. Like, you know what I mean?
you're a Maine Coon
Live.
cat.
Yeah.
Just one of those giant
Picture-
fluffy things.
What is it like
And if he
depression
goes-
cat
You
from
would
Big
be a
Mouth?
Maine Coon cat. That would make sense.
If he goes to sleep, nobody will question. He'll just look like a fur that Saunders wearing over his neck.
No. Until the
And
eyes
then,
open. Oh.
If he ever gets into a close combat, there's an extra like D4 of damage that comes from somewhere where they're getting scratches on their face.
Nice. Perfect. All right.
Perfect.
I will also change into my Suddenly Goat's costume with its like a red like divided robe and
Yeah.
Yeah.
puffballs and all that stuff on it. And
Okay.
I'll grab the reptile mask too though, the wooden reptile
Okay.
mask.
Cool.
I remember whenever we last off.
Hold on 1 second. We have a Galil. Yeah.
Yay.
Did he say the password?
Well, you can catch him up on that as I maneuver everybody around again.
I am Galil for a moment.
For a moment in time. Okay, Galil, so that goes here. North, you are... Where did you go? Oh, there you are. You need to be...
I'm Kindred. I cast
Everyone is
Fireball
going-
and I slit everyone's throats.
Ardrin. Iskra's exactly
Ooh.
where she needs to be. Soul
always.
needs to go up.
As usual.
Oh, and real quick,
If
Sonder,
anybody here has their shit together.
you already know that while Soul is in, I think everyone pretty much knows by now, but while Soul is in wild shape, it lasts for 4 hours. So
okay.
at some point, I probably would need to recast it if need be.
Okay.
there-
I'll let you
Loving
know.
the mental image of you scratching Saul's belly in the middle of like a tavern somewhere, and he just balloons out to like regular Saul.
Indeed.
Scabbers. I thought
I didn't say stop.
It takes him a while to realize that
that he's
He's
not,
not a
cat.
cat.
Work.
He's still kicking.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
Oh my gosh. Welcome, Galil. Yay.
Welcome.
It's good to have you back amongst us. Okay, so let's oh my god. Dude, let's get you caught up on the events. Currently the ship, the Reclaimer, is still in the water and passing through the docks, or passing into the docks of Amrutlar, the city that you guys were headed towards. It is now nighttime, and Kindred has cast a spell on the entire ship, turning it into a fun house. If you don't know the password, which is Banan, sorry.
Is it?
I was about to ruin it for you. It is Banan. Do not say Renan, because then you're not going to find your room or anything below decks ever. Probably. But, interestingly enough, as the boat is continuing onwards into the city, we are going to rewind time for a minute, because now that Galil is back, there was something that I had wanted to do previously. Galil's like, excuse me, I just was wanting to eat my chicken nuggets. What the? Why?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Oh, you're muted. Yeah, you're muted.
I just wanted my chicken nuggets.
I have 100-piece chicken nugget. Let me eat it in peace.
Ooh,
You have a what?
No.
100
no.
piece.
100-piece.
Good God.
All right, here we go. Let's rewind time.
I did that
Heavy
one.
fiber to move
Pissed
that.
off the employees so much.
Not really.
Because slow got off a tool.
Wow, that was really good. Were you speaking in reverse just now?
He flipped it and reversed it.
Or he was speaking Huttese.
Either one of those. Yeah.
Well, what's the difference?
Same thing.
Okay. So, throughout the course of the day, I didn't know if there was anything that you had wanted to do specifically. You had mentioned just after your little insight into Renan's life, Renan had
Oh, crap. Okay, now.
had kind of left and moved forward to the front of the ship. And kind of left you there in the back to kind of like fish for a little while. And then I do remember you had mentioned something about you going in and cleaning the fish or whatever that you had caught. Something like that. You wound up in the kitchen. That's all I remember, is like you were going to be doing
Yeah.
dishes or cooking meals or something like that,
Kebabs.
Basically.
basically.
Oh, little baby nugget.
I'd want to see this plate of 100 nuggets, and I also don't want to see what 100 nuggets looks like.
It's just the 20 pieces, but you need
okay.
40, 60, 80, 100. 5 of them.
What sauces did you choose?
Oh my god.
Hot mustard and honey barbecue.
So many nuggets. I love
No
you,
fries, right?
I love you, Galil.
Because all the nuggets.
Just all the nuggies.
Give one to your dog.
Okay.
Where does one mine for chicken nuggets?
Right? Jesus. Okay, so, was there anything that you had wanted to do before getting into the city? As now you have had, if there was any other extra things. Renan, fetal position Galil. Well, good luck with that. Get some nuggets. Graham, you're amazing. I love you. Okay. Was there anything that you had wanted to do, giving you a fair opportunity before you get into the city? Any other
Not really.
Any other talking tos that you wanted to have? That you can think of? I know, I didn't mean, sorry to put you on the spot, but it's better now than before we get into the city and, you know.
Yeah.
Into the thick of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm checking my notes. Hold on.
Checking those notes.
He's checking his nuggies.
I'm gonna
That
pass
too.
by Galil's room and knock on the door.
Insignator, Belraven.
Well, how far back are you going? You're talking about Valravn. That was like months ago.
You also have to remember, I found out about Valravn.
Recently. Yes. You were right. I was like, whoa, when you said checking your nose, so you're going back in time.
No, I'm going
rewind.
You found a wormhole, and you kind of went a little farther back than we did.
He's,
Nice to meet you,
Neverwinter
I'm
now. Yeah.
Galil.
Galil in the Quantum realm.
Holy shit. The ocean Christmas. Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Then in that case,
That's forward.
Basically, I would have been teaching Renan and Iskra more cooking.
Nice.
You have your own cooking show.
okay.
Are you
Hell
full
yeah.
of game?
Okay.
Galil's Gourmand goodies.
Yeah, exactly. Galil's
That's
Gourmand.
our other cover.
Oh, by the way, I have bags of kebabs now. Fish kebabs.
Bags of kebabs.
Agabobs.
Okay.
Or snacks.
So, as we'll say for this instance, as Renan had been in his room for the entirety of the evening, just kind of like staying away from most people.
In Arjun's room.
Arjun's room. Well, yes. Sorry, he'd been yes. So while you and Iskra are like cleaning some fish, and you guys are talking about these kebabs, there comes a moment. And it happens in the briefest, like, as you're like slicing through some things, and it's like something about the way the light flashes, catches the knife as you're cutting, and your blood runs cold. And it happens in the briefest moment, and then the moment's gone. But in that flash of a moment, you have seen the end. And it's bone chilling in how it is coming to a close. The problem is, you don't know what happens afterwards. All you saw was your fate. And the question hangs in your mind, will it be enough? And it's just like a momentary pause as you're slicing, you just like see it in an instant. All of these events transpiring to this one point and nothing beyond. And as you kind of like think for a moment, something boils into the back of your mind. A low fog almost of something that you haven't felt before. And a voice that speaks to you.
Oh, you've seen it now, haven't you? The end of it. You don't have to say anything, your face says it all. You'll give everything to try to stop it. Even your very life. But will it be enough? Will you have died in vain? Set up your friends for failure. There's a way out, you know.
How? How is there a way out of this?
You may not be able to stop it, but I see potentialities. From a deeper perspective. Work with me. Let me see what you see when you look at prophecy.
Who is this, though?
Nobody. But your only chance.
And you really can help?
I can. I know I can. There was a moment, not too long ago, when you walked in my realm, and I was in a domain very close to yours, Moonblood. That conjunction showed me something. A possibility, a chance.
Same realm. The Abyss?
Good. I don't have to spell things out for you.
Why should I trust you, though?
Because of what's coming. You know it now, too. The roads I walk are dense, foggy, but little specks of light permeate them. So many minds. I don't want to see them snuffed out either. We're of a common purpose.
Are we, though?
I understand you may be hesitant.
Given my trust in the Abyss, yeah.
It was a happy accident, ultimately. I would not have this insight without it. Your presence there.
Show me who you are first, before I trust you.
Let me do something else instead. The next time you find yourself in a dire situation, call on me. I'll prove to you that it's possible to change things. Then, if you decide that we should work together, I'm never far away.
And what exactly do I call out? I'm gonna need a name.
Just think of my presence. I know it's a unique feeling.
She says that there's like that little bit of a cold shiver, or like the change of temperature in a room that just kind of takes you by surprise and sends goosebumps down your flesh. It's a very unique sensation. This doesn't come from outside. This comes from within. As if something had just barely grazed the back of your mind, your inner mind, with a cold finger along its length. Voice dissipates. The presence seems to lift, fading, not gone, but fading into the background of everything around you. And you can see there at the table that you are preparing this stuff with, Iskra's looking at you like, and then waiting for you to like continue as your knife has been hovering over this like cut pieces of fish for what seems like maybe perhaps a little longer than normal, as if you had been hesitating and focused inwards. And now your attention is outwards again.
Sorry, Iskra. Just you headed this way first?
Yeah, you told me that already.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not all here.
We need to open the porthole or something? I mean, I know it's a little pungent.
Sure, maybe some fresh air would do me some good.
Yeah, I'll get it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. And then as the rest of the evenings kind of settles in, that thought, those events kind of just keeps replaying in your mind. You keep seeing that vision, and it doesn't get any better. But within the next couple hours, as the sun starts to go down and the night falls, you, as well as everybody else, kind of gather up on the deck of the ship as you are approaching the city of Amrutlar and do your best to disguise the ship as just a regular sailing vessel. I think they had like wrapped some canvas around that main mast to kind of make it look like the sails were lowered. As now the ship
rolled a 26.
Yeah, everybody rolled really good when it came to doing that little business there. Did you perchance get to hear the description of what the city looked like? Okay, so basically this city sits at the edges of a plateau, and the river continues going deeper into Thayan territory, and this plateau almost creates like a barrier. Once you guys had moved into, there's another thing that you may have missed. Once you guys had moved into the realm of Thay, there had been a feeling that had kind of overcome everybody, as there was just like you know how the air pressure changes and you just feels heavy? It kind of had that effect on most everybody.
We're in California. Got it. All that smog.
all the smog. Most everybody. I had the paper with you. I rolled for you. Yeah, I rolled for you, and you actually did really well. So it felt really, or you rolled high, I should say, and that feeling was kind of gross. It was a gross feeling for those who had rolled pretty high.
Yeah, so definitely California.
And the further you went in, like the more everybody kind of adjusts to it, and you just kind of go with it. But this city is, like I said, here at the edges of the river and placed up against the plateau, and jutting out of the plateau, almost like an explosion of obsidian, is this like fortress. This black shiny rock that just bursts forward, almost like if you could imagine like a meteor or a comet of black rock just striking into the ground and just being stuck there. It has these like curved fire-like prongs that just kind of go out, and you can see that it is indeed built into and around almost like a walled fortress. And then around it, the city kind of expands outwards, like trying to looks like it's built as close as it can be to this fortress, with the rest of it kind of spreading out a little bit, and then beyond that it's just sand dunes just on the outside of the city. So this port that you guys are going into is kind of built into the land a little bit, so it's kind of separate from the main flow of the river. And you currently are just now approaching the docks. Kindred had finished casting the spell, and now the insides of the ship, when you don't say the word Banan every time you enter the ship, the inside corridors are filled with like a fog. The doors appear as walls, so you can't see that there are any doors in the corridors, and the stairwells are filled with webbing. So very Funhouse escape room-esque is what we had previously.
And all the doors are magically locked.
Oh yes, and all the doors are magic locked when you find the doors. All right, so basically that's it. You're caught up now, back in the timeline of present things. And so everybody is right now is up on the deck. A couple of the people have, I think Iskra, Sonder, are dressed in like these black and red robed outfits that look more showy than they are practical. So they were part of the costumes that they had gotten from their Suddenly Goats attire. Soul is in, they're not like bedazzled or like rhinestone sequined out, but they definitely have
then
more
what's
of a
the point?
they are more theatrical in nature.
With a duster.
Yeah. Soul is in kitty form around Sonder. Renan, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
And I will be wearing my cloak.
Okay.
Well, the theme of our costumes was the Thayan Yearwood, so it was like part Thay, part kind of shamanistic.
Yeah. So like
we play into the fog.
So it looks like robes until like you'll see Iskra as she like is standing there on the deck. It looks like she's kind of in these robes, but then as she turns, there are parts of the fabric that spin outwards, and they come out in like almost like little flaps. So it just kind of makes it more intricate whenever she turns, to where it kind of like I hate to use the description of a like a car wash, like those little spinny car wash things, but that's the only thing that I can visually think of, that when it's like down, all the flaps kind of line up to where it looks like just robes. So it almost looks seamless, and that's just the magic of it, we'll say. But then as she turns, then it kind of like separates and looks very like elegant and flowy.
So we're gonna Hunger Games our costume.
It's very Dancing with the Stars.
Okay.
Cha-cha dress.
That dress is so powerful, and your cha-cha was amazing, baby.
Amazing.
Okay.
Dear Thayan guards, please be on the lookout for anyone dressing flamboyantly.
To that effect, Ardrin and North and what are you guys doing?
Ardrin's just going to be wearing his regular clothes, like the kind that he would have wandered into. What was the town that we were just in? I can't remember now. Veltalar. Where, more or less he could kind of just pass for a random populace rather than trying to be showy or whatever.
Okay.
So just the basic leathers.
Yeah. North?
I'd probably do around the same thing. I would definitely keep my breastplate on, though, and wear a dark cloak that I usually wore back in the other city of Miller. So.
Okay. Awesome. Kindred, what are you doing?
After I finish casting, I stay below deck and just kind of hang out in the galley. That's like the kitchen-ish area. Right, where y'all are preparing all this food?
I mean, they're not preparing it anymore. That was earlier today. I was just kind of going through the time.
Oh, that's when we time loops. My bad.
Yeah. That was part of the time. Yeah. Now Galil's up on deck with everybody else.
Okay.
That was part of the dinner preparations that you guys had, like kebabs and things.
All right. So yeah, just kind of keeping a low profile for the night. Probably head down to my room and just stay out of sight, out of mind, hopefully.
Okay, so you're just gonna stay in your room?
For now.
Okay. All right. So as the ship is coming into dock, and gets closer, Grekel comes over to where everybody is standing together, watching the ship as it rolls into the port.
Grandma Illy asked me to come over here and ask you guys who's going to be she's the captain, but who's going to be talking in behalf of everybody. Normally, there's what is the story that we're supposed to have?
I should have came up with that before we got this far down the river.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Kitty Soul looks over at Iskra and kind of just
I'll, since I'm standing close to Sonder, I'll scritch Kitty Soul.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that works.
We both look flamboyant. I think we could take on some kind of role.
Okay.
I think so too.
Because they're
What
probably
kind
gonna
of role
ask.
do you think?
I
Who's
also
Khalil
imagine.
wearing?
His.
What were you saying?
No,
No,
he
go
was just
ahead.
asking what Khalil was wearing.
Oh, okay.
I just have the silk clothes on and my mantle. That is it.
Okay.
What were you gonna say, North?
I was gonna say. Fuck! Now I had a brain fart. I don't know.
Yep.
That's what North says, really?
Happens. Checks
No,
out.
maybe some of us should also just stay stealthy, pretend like we don't exist on the boat. Some of us can stay in the shadows and then only come out when we need to.
That's a good point, but when you say dress flamboyantly, you can do something with that. What do you mean? Like lords and ladies? You talking like the band, which that part I kind of don't recommend doing an encore. If anybody made it out of Veltalar, they might have told, hey, look, there's a band called Suddenly Goats. Don't give them a berth anywhere.
Greco's like, all right, I'm gonna go tell Captain. She just like scurries off to the navigator section. And as the ship starts to approach the docks, whoever is there on the decks, I'd like you guys to go ahead and make perception checks for me.
I forget. This is like kind of like into nightfall at this point, right?
Oh yeah, it's nighttime.
I'm gonna go ahead and put the reptile mask on too.
Okay.
9.
9.
19.
19.
24.
24 as well.
Same.
Look at you
Ooh.
guys.
Cat-like eyes, reflexes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, you see the eyes like
20.
dilating and
Oh yeah, no, Renan and Kitty Souls are probably the same comparative size. Whenever I'm looking far, like my whole eye, the green disappears. It's almost black because it's just pupil.
Yep. Alrighty. As you guys are approaching, then. Jesus. The ship slows into an empty berth, and you can see Grekel. You guys watch as like Grekel and Sparrow kind of run along the ship and start throwing over ropes up onto the deck of the boardwalk, and they're caught by a couple of the harbor hands that they have, and they start wrapping it around to kind of pull the ship close before they maneuver over and set the gangplank down. Those of you who've been watching, you guys see that there is a group of 2 Thayan soldiers and one who looks like a harbor master that is has like a lantern up with some sort of like what's like a not a tablet, but a wooden tablet. Basically, they might have papers or
Clipboard?
whatever. Yeah, I was gonna say I could not think of the word clipboard. It was not coming out. I was like board. There's like a board thing where they can put papers on it.
A plate.
Plate. There's a plate. Yes, they have a wooden plate.
Plank.
Oh, plank.
Bulletin
I figured North would probably kind of try to stick to the back end too after he's kind of seen, and then stick to kind of stealthy. How far away are we from the like the docks or whatnot?
You are on the docks. The
You're
ship
being
is
towed
like
to
literally
like there's
tied
not
to the docks right now.
Okay, just making sure because I didn't know if it was like turned a certain way.
No. The ship and the docks have now they're now like side by side, and are being like tied
Is there
together.
anywhere where I can echo off the reclaimer and onto the docks and the shadows, or anywhere
No,
I can
because
sneak
you
around?
cannot. You can't set. You can only send your echo like 15 feet from you, and then they can move out. You can't use that as like a teleportation thing.
No. Yeah, that's why I was. Yeah.
So yeah, right at the moment, your best bet would probably be to stick to the shadows or kind of hide around the corner out of line of sight at the moment until you get a moment to do so. Because there are plenty of people on the docks right now that would see you otherwise.
Yeah. Well, then I'll just kind of hang in the shadows on the back of the boat.
Gotcha. Okay. Kindred, you're staying down below, correct? And so then at the moment, everybody else is up on deck, is that correct?
Kind of have like very low, like my little porthole windows covered, very like low light.
Okay. For sure.
Scented candles. And
The female dragonborn that comes up on the deck, the one who seems to be the harbor master, walks down with her like the lantern up and is like looking at everybody who's standing there around and goes, "Welcome to Amrutlar. What? We don't have this vessel scheduled to come in."
Follow my lead. Aye. We are Cinder's splendorous squad of stupefaction. We're here to entertain, and we have come to Amrutlar to do this. I am Vitra. It's a pleasure to meet you. And I'll attempt to grab their hand and kiss it.
She kind of has one hand on the clipboard, one on the lantern, so she kind of just like grips.
Oh, if that's the case,
grips
then
the clipboard.
I will grab her
hand and kinda
clipboard. I'll grab her clipboard and then grab her hand and kiss her on the hand and like do a little flashy vow.
Make a
And give it back to
persuasion
her.
check.
Hi, I'm Bruno.
Basically. Persuasion? Okay.
See if
not
she lets you do all.
performance.
Well, I mean,
Ooh,
just
well,
to see if she allows you to even do this to begin with.
20.
20? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's stupefied.
She's just kind of like taken up in all of this, and you are wearing your costume, right? Or your
Yeah.
normal clothes?
My costume.
She may not be wearing pearls, but she is clutching them now.
Yeah, right. Basically.
Where do I need to sign, honey? Just tell me.
She's just kind of like, oh, well, she just like starts stuttering for a little bit, like not knowing what to do. She pulls her hand back and kind of just
I
like,
apologize.
are you here for the races?
The races, the dances, all the events that will be happening soon. We are here to amplify them.
Oh, well, you're cutting it a little close, but the city of Amrutlar welcomes those who are here to enhance the events. Yes, if you wouldn't mind, just go ahead and what you said. Tell me the name again. She's like looks down and places gives the lantern to one of the guards. So like the two Thayan guards that are You can't see their faces. They are masked, or with their helmets their helmets cover their faces, but they are not the masks that you guys have seen of the
monks.
Iron Shadow, right?
Yep.
These are just like normal heavy armored guards of the Thayan. She hands over the lantern to one of them, and he just kind of like holds it for her so that she like takes out a quill and starts to write down the name.
You can put down Cindras.
Right. And the name of the vessel?
Cindras.
The Cindras.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And, Soul's gonna start pawing at her, trying to goes like this and then goes like that.
She just starts. She just like goes away.
Punches. No,
I've got to say.
Are we still on ship?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm leaning up against the mast, just kind of like snickering slightly to myself as Soul's doing this.
Right.
I know our name has a lot of S's. You can just call us.
Yes.
Arden steps behind the mast at this point.
Did you say
Laughter
that
is
because
in
you're with the
character.
mask on?
Yes,
Right?
because I've got the reptilian mask on.
Oh my god. She just kind of looks up. And then looks back down and just like continues to write. Noted.
We don't bite much.
How many S's is that?
It's a little disingenuous, if you
Are
ask
you
me.
here for the next several days, then I am assuming, if you are here for the races?
Right.
Okay, length of day, I will put 4 days. Do you have an abode or place that you will be staying within the city if we need to find you, or are you going to be staying on the ship?
Most likely staying on the ship. Though we do have arrangements with and I'll kind of pause for a moment, with a particular woman. You probably don't know who she is, but she has arranged for us to enjoy ourselves here.
He's very silly, thinking that everybody in the town knows each other.
Chico looks over at you and looks over at Sonder and raises a scaled eyebrow and just like.
So I will put that you will be staying on the ship unless otherwise noted. Just in case of emergencies, which we should be fine.
Thank you.
We have a few hundred more people in the city than normal, due to the races, of course. So we're just trying to keep track of where we can find someone in the eventuality that something goes wrong.
I walk up behind Iskra. Now, darling, I don't believe that it is entirely proper for you to speak on my behalf. I never said I wouldn't bite.
She looks over, the woman looks up at you and just like,
You have a very diverse crew. It's very, this should be very entertaining. Are you
I'm
going
gonna
to
tilt
be,
my head and wink at her.
you going to be performing there near the track? I will have to come and check you out. I am eager to see. Now the gods are going to have, it's not that big of a deal. I can't think of the other words that I was going to use, so not that big of a deal. But the guards are going to have to just do a quick check of the ship, just to make sure that, for security purposes.
Of course. We have been at sea for quite some time, so it's not going to be in the best condition, but take a look. Take all the looks that you need to.
Soul is pawing at one of the guards nearest guard. Does the same thing.
the guard, make a make a persuasion check.
Or persuasion check.
Well,
Oh, goodness.
How did I not see that
You're
one
doing
coming?
this to yourself.
I don't know. I didn't see that one coming.
You were stupid.
I
That
would-
was a good one.
I would ask what Saul's next character is going to be, but if he's a cat, he can just be himself just on his next life.
I got a 4 actually.
A 4? The closest guard goes, does a little like, oh, Taco just gave you inspiration, Saul.
Oh wow!
So
Ooh.
you for the pun, he said.
Hold on.
Oh look, the hacker's back.
It's
No,
the
It's not
ghost.
Sander anymore.
No,
It's
it's,
Galil.
it's the
Always
ghost.
been Galil.
The ghost is hunting
No, it
Galil
was
now.
Sonder last time.
Yeah, it was Sander last time.
So, how come I wasn't told this was becoming a phasmophobia stream?
Yeah, exactly right.
Ha ha. No, my camera's been giving out lately. I
Hey,
ordered a new one.
I told you it's the GHOATs.
Yeah, the ghosts.
The
I
ghost.
mean, if so, I welcome it here.
Okay, so
Oh, you can just be in
Thank
the
you,
ship seal.
so
And
Taco,
by the way-
you have
I'm finished with 60 of them.
Jesus, you're gonna die. 60 nuggets, that's a lot. Oh my god.
Worse is that he reaches off camera and he's got one of those giant ass cakes all to himself too.
He's a hungry boy.
Did you get into bodybuilding?
Supersize
Oh my
me.
Are
god.
you bulking? Oh,
Oh
Oh,
no, I'm starving.
that's the same thing.
fair enough. Okay, so
Pregnant?
alrighty. So
Pregnant?
so the guard kind of just like leans back a little bit, and you hear from beneath the helmet, like try to hisses at you just to like leave him alone.
Stop. Stop. You're embarrassing me in front of him.
Okay.
The sad soul kitty. Oh no. All right. So then, as you as you look, as she backs up, the guard that has the lantern, like hands the lantern back to the harbor master and steps towards Sonder. And you hear a human voice from within the helmet, just like, "All right, if you would like to lead the way, then I will follow you."
Follow us. Try not to get lost.
Oh, okay.
Go lay down in bed. Bed.
So,
Bed.
what are you doing,
Want a bed?
Sonder?
I'm going to do like one of those acrobatic kind of flings across the port back to the ship.
I mean, well, yeah. They
I
were
was like-
yeah. Okay. So
And
you're
then,
going back
like,
on the ship?
Ta-da, in front of the ship.
And all like very dignified and straight, like walk gracefully back.
The
Picturing Sonder like a ballerina, like Lord leaping, and then Iskris like very like masculine Spanish dancer.
It's so perfect.
Our flamenco.
power flamenco.
Flamenco.
Okay, so as you guys walk onto the ship, the
Out of
guard's going to
character,
follow you. Yeah.
Right quick. On the journey, did we get short rest, long rest, anything like that?
You had a long rest already the night before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the guard follows you onto the deck. Are you guys saying the code words?
I'm gonna just very quietly say it.
Okay.
We didn't leave the deck.
I'm not going to say it so that I know
Once you go below deck,
where they're going.
that's where it
and
starts.
what it
So,
looks
like-
for them.
top level, nothing. Below ship, mystery waits.
Oh boy.
That way, I'm gonna message Sonder. Like, we'll work together to lead them through this.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it on, so I know what they also see.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Okay. So as he starts to go ahead, Arjun.
Oh yeah, can I just accompany them to sort of help the sort of the close-up magic effect of it, of like, you know, turning him at the right time when they're kind of doing like the little like the song and dance of it all?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So once you guys start going below deck, Iskra, you say the password. So as you start approaching the deck, you can see that there are, for the brief moment, you can see kind of like these cobwebs that cover the entrance. And then as you say the words, they just kind of phase out and no longer exist. Sonder, you see the cobwebs.
So now I'm not going to be saying anything out loud to the guards or Sonder anymore, but I am going to be like constantly giving Sonder a play-by-play of where everything is so that he doesn't like trip over something or anything like that, and then he can do with that information as he wants.
Okay.
If I'm like if I'm like in front of something that would have been bumped into, I'll try to like get in the way and like guide them this way in front of it and whatnot.
Okay. So, as you guys are, so it's it does have webs. They're not just visual things. So as you start to go below decks and you don't say, Ardrin, are you saying the code words too or no?
Yes.
Okay.
And just sort of act as like the counterbalance to Sonder without being verbal to the guy.
As you guys start to step down the deck, he's just like, he kind of stops and is like, is there a reason that there's so much stuff? It looks like, is that the web? And he kind of like leans forward and he sticks his...
It's for the haunted house section that we tend to do at the end of our little tour.
Like he had just raised, he has his little spear that he was like gonna start poking at it. And he was like, okay, how do you... He's like, wait, how did she... Wow, this is actually... Well done. How do you get down that way? Like, as you guys continue. Okay, so I guess both the guard and Sonder, we need you to roll deck saves.
Okay.
Does Sonder get any kind of bonus from me, like telling him what's there?
I don't know, because...
But that's cheating.
But if,
because
I think we're both kind of helping and guiding them through, sort of thing. But...
Okay, so I will say, Sonder, you get advantage on the deck save. Not that you probably need it, being fucking monk, but
23.
Nice.
It's your spell DC, right? Kindred.
Oh, it's just like regular. I believe so. But
yeah,
shit.
because the webbing operates off of your deck save.
I will, if I can, I will help the guard get through so that he doesn't like, this is too much or whatever, you know. Oof. So if I can assist him.
All right, so he gives him advantage.
Yeah.
Well, my spell DC would be 17, so whatever the rolls for web would be 17.
So, because he rolled on his deck save with advantage would be 14. So, as you are trying to get him to go in, blah, 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 the webs are difficult terrain. Starts must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is restrained as long as it remains in the webs or until it breaks free. So as you maneuver your way down the stairs, Sonder, he like tries to follow your lead and his foot kind of slips on the staircase and his foot just like plunges through webbing and now is stuck and he seems to be restrained at the moment as he cannot seem to get free. He's like,
Start now!
I can just see like a Monty Python thing going on here.
It worked!
Well, I told you not to touch anything.
Ah, good. This is part of it. Let me help.
No, okay, so you just break. Well, I'm not gonna roll for every freaking thing, but we'll just say that you help break him free because he has to like break free out of that thing.
Back
Making
in
a
10
strength check. Yeah, exactly. Because the strength check Oof, it would have. Oh my god, even with advantage on this guy. Oh no, it's a 10 and then a 2. Oh, he's stuck forever. Okay, so it takes him a couple minutes, and it's like one of those, like, it is kind of comedic as he like pulls his leg out and then his like falls backwards and his shoulder armor gets stuck against the wall and just kind of like pulling him off of Velcro almost. It's just it's. But let's say that he gets to the.
Swords are tangled.
This is the part where the spider is supposed to come out and scare, and you're stuck. But
He just very casually sort of like brushes off his shoulder, trying to hide Pop-Tart from view for a second. Like, shh, don't listen to him.
Pop-Tart in your ears, like,
What are they saying? What are they saying?
Sorry if this is all a bit much.
It's it's fine, I guess. Slightly on the peculiar side, but I suppose in the name of whatever it is that you're doing, I guess it makes sense.
It gets to the bottom layer, and it's now this fog-covered corridor. Where, Sonder, you can see there's just like this fog that kind of, it's hard to see more than a couple of feet in front of you. And there's like the orbs of the lights of the lantern you can see along the walls, but it's just like, you know, like it's like a bright light in a fog. It just kind of makes it worse almost, you know. It just kind of like, you can see where the corridor like goes down the length, but he's just kind of like looking around.
To the hallway of horrors.
Nothing.
On off nights, we also do sweet ass rave parties down here.
From time to time.
Interesting.
So we'll
Many
say,
libations are served.
he kind of looks over at Iskra, just kind of okay.
Then I'm gonna do like this
I mean-
back, this like thing where I go back, and then I'm just gonna flip and fall into the fog, and then like coax him forward. As I
Damn
do.
boy, you start to Soleil this so good. North.
Soul's gonna jump off from his shoulder at some point.
Oh yeah.
Claws.
He's doing the whole Hotel Transylvania bit.
Mm.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show thing.
What were you gonna say, North?
But while how many guards went down?
Just
was it just one?
There was one below deck, and there's one that's staying up on the deck. The harbor master's kind of it's gone back onto the boardwalk, and it looks like she's continuing to write some notes.
Does there seem to be like any opening to where they're not really paying attention? They're just kind of waiting for the inspection to be over.
Make
where
a
I can
perception check.
Yes, sir.
Because you'll have to summon your, if you're trying to get onto the deck.
Or just to like hop over and then get into the shadows, get stealthy and all that. But my perception check along with a extra roll. 18.
18. It doesn't seem. I mean, the guard is definitely facing into the ship, and there's kind of, I wouldn't say, like a step below high alert, because they are listening for any problems that from their comrade down below, but they're also kind of keeping an eye on the people that they can see up on the deck. Until that the ship has been cleared. So
But
that
like
they,
that's why I'd kind of moved to the back and kind of stayed out of the way.
Right.
So I was just seeing if there's
and go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
my specialty.
Yeah. So
It's gonna be an 18.
18? Alright, cool. Yeah, you're fine. Probably. You don't know, but probably you're fine. As those of you on the second deck, Sonder, Ardrin, and Iskra, as you are guiding this guard, he just like is looking around. He's like, "Is this just there? It looks like there should be rooms here. Are there no other rooms? There's no doors.
Further down. But you'll see.
Okay, so the next, if I remember correctly, the next set of stairs is at the front, correct, of the ship that kind of leads down to the third deck.
When he goes through the foggy room, can I use stealth to kind of like poke him from the back and then like move out the way make it seem
You
like
were
there's
just kind of spook him
more people
hardcore.
around, and then like use shape water to like make the fog look slightly humanoid,
Ooh.
and then like go away and fade out again.
Make an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
That sounds fucking cool. You
Like
devious
ghostly
bastard.
faces. And
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, why not? That sounds freaking badass. So like, also go ahead and do a sleight of hand for me to see if he notices you are the one touching him.
Okay.
Can I aid in the stealth and the sleight of hand since I'm sort of
Oh,
being
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
since you're
straight
there.
man of the act?
Yeah, go for it.
21.
Oh, 100%. Between the two of you, you're able to like distract him
Fuck him
enough to
up.
where, yeah. And mind you, also knowledge of how these freaking helmets, your visibility is like so limited that it is definitely he's definitely like, oh, and we can see that he's like, I was that part of the
Was
experience?
what? What was what part of the experience?
What did you see?
okay.
You don't spook easy, do you?
I'm gonna
Just
say
a boat.
that when Soul saw it too, he like hissed at it, like a loud hiss.
As
Just
cats
to-
do when they see creepy things for no apparent reason. Perfect.
Maybe a little hop, like
Yeah. He's getting on edge a little bit. You can
It
see him.
takes a lot of internal equipment to generate these special effects.
He grips the
Timmy
hand. He grips
had
his grip on
accident
the spear is definitely tightening. You can hear the sound of the leather and gauntlet kind of just like grip tighter as he's like, oh, okay.
Do I
Oh,
hear
hey,
all
now,
this
don't worry.
cacophony as they pass by my room?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Hey,
what
now
the
you
fuck are
can
they
rest
doing?
easy. We wouldn't do anything to get you get your nerves all frayed.
Right. Of course. Just needing to make sure. Let's just get to the end of this. Get to the lowest decks. I just want to make sure that.
All spies, remember everyone. We're moving down through the next floor. We have guards inside. They're checking.
Perception. 26.
Yeah, you probably heard them like talking and then a strange voice amongst them as they're like moving through the hall. And then you hear Sonder saying to everyone in the spies member that they are taking a guard through the ship to check things around.
What are y'all fucking with him or what? Like,
We are playing a show.
Lightly.
Lightly.
Yeah.
There's some light fuckery afoot.
oh, why didn't y'all say so? Catch us
Oh
back.
no! No,
You were
Kindred,
doing
you
the
are
most
nothing. You
already.
are staying in your room. You are blind, deaf, and dumb. Nothing happened. Sonder, Kindred, you actually fell asleep. You're taking a cat nap. Oh no, you're unconscious. Oh.
All I would like to do is, you know, like the classic, like creaking ship noise. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to prestidigitation that sound kind of on repeat constantly for him to the point where it's just like, yeah, after a while it'll drive you crazy.
Oh, wild. Okay, cool. So as you continue on, and well, go ahead, Arjun.
To tack on to that.
Oh no! Oh no! The trolls are
out like-
It occurs to me that minor illusion can be used in the same fashion to do a sound. So it's basically going to be those exact sounds, but mirrored to give that more eerie sense of unnaturalness.
Oh my god, this guy's gonna have nightmares for the rest of his
He's gonna
life.
come out like, I quit. I'm
Yes,
done.
I'm done. I've seen my fair share of shit
Hashtag
before.
too spoopy.
That's actually
I've
a
been to the
musical
war zone and
effect.
this wasn't that bad.
It's actually a musical effect, what you guys are describing, where
I can't think of the term, but
it creates a sound that sounds like it's continuously rising, and like
tremolo,
but
I
it
think, is one term for it.
yeah, it
Crescendo.
never actually
Crescendo,
gets any
right?
higher. Yeah, and like Alien will use that a lot. Ripley movies to create that like suspense.
We're gonna give him that freeze on sensation where you get like the
Ooh.
goosebumps and it goes down your.
Amazing. So, as you guys are continuing to mind mess with this guard as he continues down to the
right,
next...
we're mind fucking him.
Nope.
Yeah!
So as you go to the as you go down to the next set of stairs, I need both Sonder and this guy are gonna make deck saves again to try and get through the more of the web that is in the next set of stairs. Oh, are you and you're helping him, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad that you are aiding him because he rolled a 7 and then an 8 right after that. So
26.
You once again managed to make your way through the webbing carefully, placing your feet, and he literally tries to mirror where you are placing your feet, and somehow still winds up getting stuck. That makes it roll an 8 and a 9 with his check. So he is stuck once again. He's like, that's just.
Oh, love, you are doing this on purpose. I know you want to experience all the attractions.
I swear to you, I am not.
You make me blush.
I just want to finish. You know what? You kind of like finally helping him as you pull him free and get to the bottom of the stairs. He kind of looks down and sees that it splits off in 2 directions, and even more of these creepy lights that just kind of fill the fog.
Which direction would you like to go?
You know what? I'm sure that this is. You're fine. Is there?
But Miss,
come on, no, we
beyond
insist.
Every corner.
I will.
Who's that Pokemon?
We will go one way and just come back around. How about that? Let's just get this over with.
Oh, you gotta do the full loop there, man.
Oh my god, he's gonna start looking around. Let's see. Well, nope. Even with perception, he's rolling a 13 as his perception, so it's probably not gonna be very high compared to your shenanigans. All right.
Did we get the same guard from the last city? That really dense one? Like, duh.
That was no, not at all. It's just this guy's just like, it's late. He's doing his job,
done.
and now
He's like,
he's
really
having to go
weird
through. And now he's
having
having
to
to
go
go.
home.
Barge.
Yeah, now he's going through this fun house barge.
It's 13th floor.
Yeah.
It's my first day back at this location.
Okay, so you guys lead him around. Again, all the doors look like just plain walls. They're just lights that just have nothing. He just can kind of starts to follow you as quickly as he can around the side. He does see that it does look like there is what would be the cargo hold. It's like there's I see there's been no like doors or hold or any sort of like equipment
We
storage.
believe in an open concept kind of design. It makes things more easily modular that way, so we can shift things around when we want to do a different kind of show.
Yes, well, I'm supposed to make sure that this ship and whoever and whatever might be on it are safe for, especially now that I know that the public is intended to be traveling through here. I wouldn't want slavers or anyone else to take advantage of the citizens of the Empire.
Of course. No, slaving. We only wish to enslave entertainment within
Senses.
ourselves and use our enslaving of entertainment upon the people.
Right.
It is our passion.
Right. Okay, right. Of course, so there's nothing else for me to see then.
Well, if you'd like to go further down,
There's more?
we have other portions of the ship that have been set up for fun schemes.
I'm just going to go ahead and say now that just keep out of trouble. Can we go back up now, please?
Right. Was there anything on the ship that you felt was too much that we could...
Everything is a little much, to be completely honest with you. It's a lot. But in the name of entertainment, then I am sure your patrons will be entertained if they come out of here alive at all.
That's what we want to hear. Come, I will take you safely back.
Right. Just kind of starts following the three of you as you guys make your way back upstairs.
I just need to.
Just give me. I just want to see if he's like. Even with advantage, both times going up, he still gets stuck. By the time he gets to the top deck, this man has had it. He has had it.
I like to personally imagine he's like yelling by now because the sound has just been like going and going.
It's like
trying to talk over it.
When he gets to the top, Soul is up there, starts pawing at his ankle.
We're up at the top now?
Yes.
It's good to see you again. You have escaped my neck. It's good to have you back, Banan. And I'll pet Soul.
Nice. Iskra. Alright, Arjun, you had your hand up. What was it?
Oh, I just would have had Pop-Tart try to leave a few strands of webbing on him to help sell that there was real web down there.
Oh, there was real web for him. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, in case anybody asks or sees like, whoa, there was web on the ship, there was physical evidence of it.
Got it. Make a sleight of hand check for you. Yes, streaming.
Sleight of butt.
Yes.
Is there advantage because he can't see through all the obfuscation of fog and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
Sonder, how do you spell it again?
Pop-Tart?
Yeah. Pop-Tart.
P-A...
22.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't just a normal Pop-Tart.
I mean, I spelled it as normal Pop-Tart. I don't know what these fools were doing.
P-A-H-T-H-A-R-T.
Pap-Tat. It's like from Boston. My name's Pap-Tat.
I'm not a cop.
I'm not. Pap-Tat. Oh my god, amazing. Okay, so... Oh yeah, Galil, do you know who the spider is that they're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Alright.
I just didn't know about the name. That's it.
I had to say it out loud. Yeah, exactly, LV. So once he gets to the top deck, you can see him like quick walk over to the other guard. He's like, it's clear. I wouldn't suggest going down there unless you really wanted to get messed with. Their, they got a lot going on for whatever.
We got a lot going on.
Shenanigans they are going to be providing for their entertainment. I will say, he kind of looks back at the rest of them. Post 2 guards near, just in case we have to help any of the citizens. And the other guard kind of like nods. They go up to off the ship onto the deck, onto the boardwalk with the harbor master, and they kind of walk further down. For the moment, crisis averted, I guess. Jesus. I was wondering, I was like, oh my god, how are they going to get through this? And then, no, you just dived right in. And
has he aged like 10 years?
He's probably,
since that?
He's probably looking to get reassigned to not the harbor is what he's going to be doing. It's like, I will guard anything. I will guard anything, but I'm not doing the harbor job anymore. And as we continue to see what happens next, we're going to go ahead and go on break there because this guy needs a break.
Splendid.
Wow.
That was fucking amazing. You and Sonder is like
that was some great quick improv. That was really good.
it was so bad, but it was so good.
And whenever you started doing the S's, I was like, I don't get it. And then I started hearing it more, and I was like, oh, they're playing this perfectly. This is a whole circus vibe.
Oh, it is. It is. It's a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe. And this guy is no longer going to be anywhere near this ship ever again.
Just gonna be guarding a grain silo for the rest of
We'll
the
just
day.
annoy the shit out of those 2 guards.
Yeah.
Gonna be
Every
like
guard
Fancy
that
from the
comes
craft,
by.
like I'm flying.
Every
I'm
guard,
flying.
every guard.
Hey kids, want to see a dead body? Wait, what?
Oh my god. All right, guys, we'll see you in 10 minutes. We'll be right back.
Unless you get lost in the webs.
Wait, are we missing? Oh, we're at 9. That's why. There we go. I was like, wait, we came out all wonkified. But I fixed it. Fixed it. We're good. All right, let's go fly a kite. Except not. Let's not fly a kite. Let's go. All right, so as the 2 dock workers now are, well, the dock worker and the guards are now kind of leaving. You can see that the surrounding docks, there are a couple other ships that are both pulling in and some of that are leaving.
Pulling
It
out?
seems like, no. Some that are leaving, and so it seems like, you know, it may not be like the busiest time, but there are still people around.
Once they are out of earshot, I cannot contain my laughter. I like buckle over. Like, Sonder, I don't know what you were thinking, but that was fantastic. Not at all the angle I was expecting to go.
That was the angle
A
I was
plus.
expecting to go. Thanks. It was a group effort.
Sonder's like, I didn't know what was happening either. Amazing.
We'll
All right.
need names again. I will be Vitra. You can be Jinx. Because, hi Jinx.
That's perfect.
Well,
Son.
lightning doesn't always strike twice in the same spot, but
Sonder, go ahead and move your mic a little closer. You sound far away.
Oh.
There you go.
With
Thank you.
Banan the cat. Sindra can be Sindra.
Okay, so now that, go ahead north. What are you gonna say?
How is the back end of the ship looking?
Well, there's not.
Are they moved now?
Yeah, like I said, they're gone now. You can see everybody's back on the deck. That's what I was told you earlier.
Well then, I was just making sure like
Mhm.
there wasn't any like remaining guards or anything.
there's the 2, right, that are standing
yeah.
post.
No, he
But
said
not on
that-
the ship?
No,
Or only
he said
whenever
they're
the-
going to have 2 posted here,
Oh, okay.
but they're
then
not
yeah.
there currently yet.
I would have jumped off and whenever they started leaving, followed them, but not like
Jumped off where?
onto the dock.
Oh, okay. I was like, you know, you're on the water still, right? Okay. Just making sure.
That's why I was asking how close the dock was before, because I wanted to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sure
yeah.
like,
Well,
if I jumped, I wasn't just gonna. I'm
the
swimming
dock
to the
is-
beach.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The dock, I would say the
Going for a
dock is
swim.
is kind of parallel with the top of the ship right now. It's not lower because the ship doesn't sit up that high. So you can use the gangplank to get on. You don't have to like go over the side because there are people. Like I said, there are people around, but
They don't care.
they might not.
Kinda.
Depends on how you. Depends if you're paying attention. If they're paying attention.
All right. So then, yeah, I'll just kind of casually and
Do you say
Like
anything
I'm-
to everybody, or you're just leaving?
I'll put it on the spies murmur. So anybody who has one, or who's listening. Hey, I'm gonna go peek around for a little bit. I'll be right back.
Safe.
Okay. So about the rest of you on the ship, what are you guys doing?
Just like those fucking geniuses, like they fucking pulled it out of their ass. Kudos.
I can't believe that actually worked.
I know, like
Did you come out of your at your room, Kindred? Are you on the deck with
Oh
everybody
no,
else?
I'm still in my room, but like
Alright.
after I see like they pass by and like I'm just like wow, like look at Plume, like they fucking did it.
Wait,
I'm
does
gonna-
does Galil have a spies murmur back?
No, I do not.
No, he never does.
I'm gonna lean on my Spies Murmurs push to talk button. And
Wait, you do it. It's telepathic, so.
yeah.
Noodles,
Um,
1 second.
Okay.
The mind button, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, so the Dogmaster and the guards mentioned something about races going on
Right.
here for 4 days. Or we're, I guess, in town for some kind of festival, maybe.
We'll need to find out more about that and then see if we can try to worm our way into being entertainment. Nothing big.
Or yeah, I mean, who knows who could be here that might know something.
Right. And where there are races, there are gambling, and where there is gambling, there's corruption and money. So
Do I hear this as well? Is this over everyone?
Yeah, it's on the voice on the spies murmur. Arjun, what were you gonna say?
Oh, they're still going. Go ahead.
Okay.
I would recommend, instead of doing another band or another entertainment gag, that's a little too obvious, don't you think? Maybe just stick to your Circus Olay thing here.
Right.
And just be like a traveling freak show. Traveling crazy house, you know.
we still have ways to work it. Yeah, that could work.
The
And
only
you've already sold that to
concern-
the guards, so how are we going to sell it as something else? As a
The
show
only
outside?
concern that I really have is, do we want to be showing magic in this place?
We're under the guise that it is all special effects.
Yeah, how long till they start getting suspicious?
Well,
remember, we're in Thay. The second they smell something, they'll come after you.
Mhm.
Bunch of sword-happy swingers, you know.
Soul kind of like pushes up against Sonder a little bit.
What's up? Did North fall into the water again? Just kidding.
What were you gonna say, Arjun?
He was gonna actually go and find Galil, wherever he is hiding at the moment.
They're on
was-
the- yeah,
I
they're
was on the deck as well.
Okay. Is he doing anything in particular, or?
Nope.
Digesting.
Ah, fish kebabs.
The itis is kicking in.
So Arjun's
Where
gonna
is it?
sort of walk up, sort of beside him, assuming he's not completely distracted and digesting his.
100
No,
piece
I'm-
kebab that he just ate.
I'm coherent, and I only ate 82 so far.
Oh, only 82. So he's gonna walk over and he's gonna take out of his pocket the spies murmur that Kindred had handed to him. I think either last episode or the episode before.
Yep.
And hey, so Kindred kind of handed this off to me, but I kind of got the impression it was yours. I don't know what you want to do about that.
Oh, if Kendrick gave it to you, trust me, use it. I have enough voices in my head. I don't need more.
Are you sure? I don't want to like. I, the player, have lost my word for a moment. Deprive somebody else of a tool that they had before I came along.
Oh no, I never used it to begin with.
All right.
If they need to contact me, Kendrick knows how.
Kindred knows. Oh,
Fair
sorry.
enough. Thought I would check in first.
Fair.
We haven't really had any one-on-one time yet, so figured it was a good time.
Yeah. Who are you again?
What's your name again? Cigarette? Oh, ashtray.
Turn this whole boat to cinders. Well, you were with me before things went to shit, but in case that hasn't been stated enough times by now, Ardrin.
I was joking. Relax.
Yeah, well, it's been a chaotic couple of days. Just figured I would.
Wait, you call this
Make that
chaos?
clear.
Let's kill him.
You
He
haven't.
knows too much.
You haven't seen any
The little
yet.
spiders like rubs the little mandibles together.
Ardrin thinks real hard, but doesn't say out loud that in less than 2 days of knowing these people, Vianne is dead. It's like chaos has definitely occurred at some point in the course of knowing these people.
Yeah.
You just
And a city fell to ruin.
twitch. Well, I'm
To be
curious to see
fair-
what other kind of shenanigans you guys get into.
To be fair, the city fell without me being there. So don't roll me into y'all's mess, whatever y'all left it in.
But kind of got the impression that you were sort of elsewhere and indisposed and in an unpleasant fashion. You doing all right with all that?
For now.
Not trying to pry, just figured. I'll leave you to it. And he's gonna walk away and just probably like scuff off whatever earwax is left on this thing. I'm sure that has accrued.
Hey,
But-
I wasn't the one using it.
I know. I think it was
You had-
Grackle.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah,
one
yeah.
of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grackle had been using it, so
Just-
definitely has ear.
Scuff it off. Just yeah.
Prepubescent little gnome
Sticky.
boys. There's no telling what that is.
All right, so
Good luck with that. Ew.
Renan,
Give me a sweet and sour sauce. That's nasty.
Oh.
Renan,
Wait, that's what's on the
Not
spice.
after
Remember?
that conversation.
Just as a point of information, after talking to I think it was a Dragonborn woman, right?
Mhm.
I returned to the mast, and the only point that I need to chime in for the time being is if Galil starts heading towards potentially going downstairs.
Okay.
Potentially. I mean, it's dark.
Yeah, what are you guys intending to do? That was going to be my next point, my next question. North went to go explore around, but what are you guys wanting to do?
Kindred, were we able to get a read on whether Princess may be able to host us? Unless we stay inside our ship.
Yes. So I know I told you, Aaron, I would have sent a follow-up message, but you said we played out today.
Okay.
So once I found out we were going Amrutlar.
Amrutlar.
Mm-hmm. Hi, it's Azel.
Oh yeah, so you had sent her ascending for that?
Yes, letting her know we're Azel. That's what can we like hit up?
I don't have contacts there, but I have been to the Salty Prince.
That's it.
That's it.
Look at you, like you dirty bitch. Okay. Hey, history check.
Sure.
Uh, 15.
15? Yes, the Salty Prince, famous for, Best Western and Super 8. No, you have not heard of the Salty Prince before.
It's,
It is-
it's
it is
worth a
not-
shot.
No, for sure. It is not a chain.
Worth a shot, huh?
Oh my god.
Aw.
You did this to yourself, Aaron, and you know it.
Listen, it'll explain itself once you get there. That's just what it's called.
I certainly hope not. God damn.
All right.
Yeah.
So
To relay that information.
Well, maybe you should try the Salty Prince.
That's what Ritz said. The Salty Prince.
Is
I
that
don't
like
know.
a cocktail or something?
I bet
Sounds
it was
like
a cock something.
Yeah, we'll take a look around.
I bet. Mm-hmm.
okay. So, who is leaving the ship?
I will.
I'll go with him.
Well, North already. You don't count. You're already gone. Galil, Sonder, and Iskra. Okay. So
All
is-
company.
I'm
Arden.
putting back on my armor, by the way.
Okay.
So
It
you're
doesn't
going
fit after the
downstairs,
100
though?
nuggets.
Yeah.
Renan,
Yeah.
are you
Because
coming
of
as well?
that. I hate you so much.
You're gonna have to
Um,
cast Gust at a very particular angle at this point.
So,
Don't worry,
so-
I have thaumaturgy. I
so
can
yeah,
change the
you're
spell.
going back downstairs.
Yeah, I'm headed back down there to go change.
Coming around to the side of the stairs that you would have been. Oh wait, no. The stairs go down from the center.
Either
door.
side. Yeah.
Okay. I come around to kind of just behind you and reach out to just touch your arm. Would you mind too terribly if I come with you? I would like to explain.
Sure.
All right. Thank you.
During this process, when y'all are making plans to go out, I'll stay behind. I don't need to rest up anyways, but do you mind if Mal's goes with you?
Be fine.
Okay. So I'll go up and hug you, and when I put my arm around you, he like slithers out, and then he just kind of goes over your neck and kind of almost like a loose fitting necklace, and just kind of hangs on your neck for the time
What's
being.
with everything wrapping around Saunders' neck?
Now we have cats
got a
and
fetish?
snakes. Cats and snakes.
Soul's reaching out to you too.
Malzahar would, like, as he wraps around my neck, I'll like fashion him on my arm and then bring him to Iskra.
Now we just need
Would
to
make
try a
more
firm
sense.
hand around his
I'm
neck.
a
Do it.
slave.
And I'll like
See what
reach out to
happens
her
there.
hand and let Malzahar like slither around
Yeah,
hers.
I'll let
The
Mal
safe word is
coil
also
around me.
Banon.
Alrighty. So then,
Graham, I may beat you to the subject of burning this entire ship down.
Cast
problem.
wounds on it, you'll get there.
all right.
Thanks, Dreamy.
Continuing on.
So after making it down to Galil's
Say the password.
quarters.
Did you say the password out loud?
Yes, I said it under my breath in
I
a
didn't hear you.
very vengeful tone.
It doesn't. You're fine, Renan. Kindred doesn't matter. Go on.
After making it down to your quarters, Galil closed the door. I would like to apologize for my behavior earlier. I have not seen those faces in a very, very long time. And it reminded me too much, I think, of a very, very dark time in my life. After reflection, I also want to thank you for a gift. I did not get to say goodbye to Annabelle, and you gave me that ability. So thank you. I suppose I will leave you to get yourself dressed.
Why not come with us off the ship to go venture? Take your mind off things for a bit.
I think I would like this. Thank you. I will see you on deck then. Walk out.
Galil opens his wardrobe, changes everything, gets out. Then goes back to the top of the deck.
Alrighty. As you guys are getting your stuff together, ready to leave, Fanch comes up from below decks over to you, Iskra, and hands you a little like pouch, feels like of coins and stuff. So, I'm gonna stay on the ship, but if you see anything that might come in handy, it's not a lot. It's like 40 gold. I'm sure you probably have more than that, but you see something that it could be put to use. I want to try and contribute. I know that I'm not exactly the most capable person right now, but one of these days. Captain Illy's got me working on some chores for her, I guess.
I'm gonna bounce the pouch a little bit, and then be like, "Sure you don't want to come with us? I bet I could get Illy to let you come ashore."
Yeah. Not yet. Gets me, as much as I like to act brave, it still gets me a little nervous getting right back in there after all of the last events lately. I feel like I might just make things worse, at least for now. But with a little bit of practice, she kind of does a little arm punchy thing, similar to the way she had been doing with Saunders. A little more practice, then maybe I could be more use out there in the field. But for right now, this is a little outside of my scope. We never stopped here so.
Say no more.
But if you need me, you know where to find me.
Is there anything in town, or if I do find anything particular, should I pick it up for you?
I don't know. Maybe if you find something more disguisey. Not that I don't think anybody's gonna recognize me in this, but you see something that kind of makes me fit in more with the locals. Maybe that way, once we get to some of the places I have been, it'll be a little easier for me to blend in than what I got now. Not exactly the wife of a robesman anymore. Thank you for, speaking up for me and being a good friend.
You too, Finch. I'll nod at her because I can't if I smile, she won't know.
Yeah, with your mask on. Yeah. She's like, be careful, all right?
Oh, we're always careful.
Yeah.
I give Sandra a quick look.
You see
Arjun's
Soul's head
cringing
kind of
from out of frame.
yeah. You see Soul's head just turn.
Yeah. From all the stories that you've told me, careful's definitely something that you guys keep top priority.
I laugh a little. At least we know how to get out of things most of the time.
Well, that's fair. So I'm gonna get to work. I'll see you when you get back.
What color is Finch's hair?
It is a dark brown, but kind of in the sunlight looks reddish.
We're going to buy some lye.
Some lye?
Yes.
Do you tell her that, or you're just telling?
I'll tell her.
Oh, she's like, okay, sure.
I'm gonna go buy her some Head and Shoulders, some L'Oreal.
We'll make it the date. I'm sure they have argan oil extracts there in the city, so
Roll to conjure curlers.
we're going to become a
Conjure
bombshell
killers.
don.
All right. So as you guys are getting gathering up together to disembark north, what are you doing? You're muted.
Oh shit. Sorry. How far away is like the main entrance gate, or like the archway, or where, whatever it is at the dock?
From this point, you're looking at probably like 300 feet or so. It's a little bit of a. You guys are parked.
Yeah.
You guys are docked towards the outside of the harbor or of the docks. So there's more.
Mhm.
You kind of have to navigate through the boardwalk area, past some of the ships, if that's where you're headed. Before you get there.
Yeah. Then yeah, I would have just made my way up there, and then once I've gotten up there, is there any like little corners, a little bush or something I can sit behind, hide behind?
At the entrance to the harbor?
Yeah, like before I go into like the
city
main
itself?
area. Yeah, like yeah. Where the other people disappeared into.
Make a perception check for me. Oh, the other people.
You got
Wait,
it.
what other people are you talking about?
Like the guards and all those people before,
They're still hanging around the harbor. Like they haven't left the harbor. They stay in the harbor area. So there's
Oh,
like
okay. I thought
guards
they left.
and no, there's a bunch of guards that are around, dock workers, a couple of the other crew from various ships that are kind of milling about. It's not like a busy point of the day, but you
Yeah.
can tell that there are still people that are coming and going.
Then I'm just gonna keep making my way through and just casually go on.
Okay.
And I rolled a 20 for a perception.
Okay. Upon reaching the entryway to the harbor point, there's not like a grand harbor of Amrutlar or sign or anything like that, but these do get to the entrance, and there are you can see that there are 4 guards or 2 on each side that kind of are just watching as the people come and go. There aren't really any bushes of any kind that are in this area for you to hide behind or anything, but there are some crates that are on the dock end side, and then past this point you can see that it's almost like a cobblestone streets that kind of expand outwards into the city, because you're at this point in the closer to the plateau side, like the harbor kind of comes up to the plateau wall.
Sure. Then from there I'm going to make my way up the cobblestone streets, and I'm gonna flick up my hood and just kind of walk, not with my head too far down, not looking suspicious, just kind of casual, like making my way.
Okay. Any
Downtown.
particular direction that you are going towards, or?
Does there seem to be like any main street, like maybe a cobble street that's a little bigger, maybe has some shops on it, any lights on?
There are some main avenues. One that kind of runs along the harbor side itself. Basically, if you were coming from, like, you get the sense that most of the bigger buildings, the nicer part of town, are the closest to the fortress that is there at the base of the plateau where the city kind of sprawls out from. So if you were to go, let's say if you went left, you would go towards the outskirts of the city. Going right would take you into the heart of the city via this main avenue, and there's obviously
Yeah,
little
I'd want to
side
go
streets.
down more like the main avenue, like the main street of the city. So I'd want to go down to the heart, because I
Okay,
figured
so
that'd be
you-
kind of like the main central for like shops or like anything you'd see that might be of interest.
Okay, so you head that direction. Cool beans.
I do. Should I make another perception check or?
If you tell me what you're looking for.
Just if there's any shops, maybe any lights on in stores, or any maybe just casual citizens walking around, like nobody that looks like a guard or anything like that. Just
Okay.
anything like that.
Sure. Make a perception check.
1 second. 1 second.
Is-
23.
As you are navigating this main avenue, heading deeper in towards the bigger buildings of the city, I'm just gonna step out for a moment and say, Dreamy, yes, they all need saloon. I'm about to nuke everyone right now. Jesus, all your fault, Froggy. In any case, as you are walking along this path north, the streets are actually really quiet. There's more people in the harbor area, like you imagine, with the getting stuff loaded and unloaded onto ships and things. But the further you've gotten from the harbor, there are less people around. You do see the occasional guards moving back and forth, walking in bunches as they pass along the streets.
Is there any like maybe one guard or just like a pair of guards that I spot?
Yeah, sure.
Then I'll kind of flag them down and ask, or try to politely ask, see if they're nice first. Hey, can I ask y'all a question?
Sure, citizen.
Do y'all have a curfew here, or why are the streets so quiet?
They kind of look over each other.
Sorry, I'm
Not-
new here. We got in on a.
Whereabouts are you from?
Oh, well, I was originally from a small town outside the Yearwood, so Battlesome. I was only a kid when I left, and I joined the war to fight for the Thayan army, actually, but I got out medical.
They kind of just like cock their head to the side.
Well, most of the citizens that would be up still will probably still be at the racetrack.
It's really that popular, huh? Where's that?
You clearly are not from around here.
Not at all.
White Cobra racing is one of the largest sports here in this side of Thay.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Do they bet on
one-
them?
Heavily. It's one of the few things the Thayan Empire is. No, hold on. Let me rephrase this. It's one of the few things that brings the entire empire together.
All
So
economy.
yes, most of those who would be out would probably be there at the festivities.
Are y'all heading any that direction, or can y'all
No.
point me in that way?
Back the way you came.
It's on the closer to the outskirts, but on the other side of town, furthest away from the docks.
Thank you.
Be vigilant,
Vigilant?
and then just move past.
Wait. What's that supposed to mean?
All right. So,
Like a thunder.
the rest of you guys, who are now leaving the. I'm not even gonna look over there. I'm not. I'm not looking.
Just time Sonder out. That's all you have to do.
Okay. So.
Well, I figured you would have to rest after.
Okay. Anyway, so as the rest, those of you who are getting off the ship, so it's Ardrin, Sonder, Iskra, Galil, Renan, and Kitty Soul. Kindred.
Oreo's coming with too.
One small
Oreo's
favor.
coming with. Kindred.
Okay. I just want to come up to Ardrin and give you like 10 gold and be like, so she won't ever admit this, but Granny loves her meats like a smorgasbord, like a charcuterie, whatever the fuck she calls it, and her twigs.
Charcuterie.
That thing. I don't know. She says it weird, but it's she loves them, and she won't ever ask you for them. But if you see like a plethora of like cured meats or twigs, would you get them?
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Now all I got is $10 that my mama allows me to spend playing over and over in my head.
Granny loves her meats. Per Aaron.
This is true. It is canon. She loves her cinnamon stick cigarettes and
Her clove cigarettes.
yeah. All right.
Wonder what happens if you actually get her real cigarettes.
They're a cigar. Oh god.
Probably don't want to know. It's like putting direct nitro into your fuel or something. Just flames come out
I
of
get
her
the
mouth.
impression she's like a miner that's been coated in like coal dust her entire life, and she's never actually smoked, but when she does, it's just Roman candle.
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
Dynamite.
And the Thayan Empire buckled a quarter inch.
She's our secret weapon.
Yeah.
She is Fluffernutter.
Oh no!
Yes!
No! No!
Oh, amazing. Okay.
If Illy is originally a captain for a Thayan like task force, she should know some of the area, right?
You have not asked.
I just shrug at Sonder.
I feel like that would have been good to point out before we left the ship.
Maybe we can ask Etet or Nefru if they know some of these places.
Like to see y'all trying to do that without me.
Nefru loves me and I love her.
Well,
Have they
if we're
fought
gonna
more?
be here for
At the
4 days,
fence
sure we'll have time. Why don't we just get a lay of the land first, and then we can ask.
For sure. I am going to buy yoga. That is what I want to do today.
You want to buy a yoga?
What?
A hookah.
A hookah.
Oh!
Oh.
I heard
yoga.
I was
Like
thinking
yoga.
about that.
Nice.
I think Ilya would like that as well.
Illy, Sonder, and Renan just sitting in the relaxation
That one
observation
room, the
room,
observation
whatever we
room,
call it.
Yeah. You can't see
Just
outside
sitting
of it.
around
boxing
a
each
little
other.
table, just puffing away.
And then
Everybody
Iskra
walks
comes in.
It's hot boxed.
Yeah.
Iskra comes in and like,
That's our fog machine.
There you go. That's where it comes from. Just Illy in the basement.
It's just all the backstage
All
members,
natural.
all the
That's where the
people
fog
that like
comes from.
move the little pulleys. It's just
It's Gorgana.
Yeah.
And the pipes.
All right. So, good lord. The rest
Gosh,
of you,
Gabo, you
as
just
you
look
guys
so fat.
start leaving the ship, and you guys head your way out. I guess. What are you guys doing?
does North
Making our way?
have a spice murmur?
Yes.
Okay. North, you headed out early. Is everything okay?
yeah, everything's fine. The guards don't seem to care.
That's good.
I would say just try to single them off or get them in pairs. Or if you are in a large group, maybe have one person step aside to a leader of a small group. I don't know. Just kind of don't overcrowd them.
Right.
They seem touchy.
We're
But-
going to try to find out what the races are. And then we have a place called the Salty Prince that we're supposed to go to. So
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
gonna
can
go
find-
see if there's any shops or vendors down at these races, and then I'm gonna go see what the other stuff is all about there.
You know where it's at?
Yeah, it's you take a DM check left, right, down the outskirts.
I mean, they told you to go back basically towards the outskirts, but it's on the opposite
oh wait,
side
never
of
mind.
town.
I got it.
Yeah.
I originally followed the main cobblestone path, but you're gonna want to turn and take the other smaller path down. That'll lead you to the outskirts. That's where the guards told me to go, at least. The main way up is going to be the main street, but it seemed like a ghost town. No one was there.
Okay.
So
Be careful.
yeah, y'all too.
Alright.
I'll look
while-
to everybody in the crew and notice that Kitty's soul is doing something.
Yeah, Soul is just trying to be observant of everything that's around.
Okay.
Just looking to see if there's anything that might hint towards danger or being caught or whatever.
Okay.
If you see something soul, tickle my ear with like your tail or something to alert me.
He'll nibble on it.
Okay. Nibble
Like-
on my ear.
He does it right now.
Oh no. Kind of feels.
Red alert!
He's just
Right.
saying like that's what he'll do.
Princess?
I'll kind of look down and be like, same to you, mouse.
Whoa, there's a cat. I just saw a cat tail. Oh, on North's screen,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
the cat tail was like.
There's Soul Kitty. Soul Kitty is everywhere. All right. So as you guys head out of the docks, I'm assuming following the directions that were given to you.
Let's go in small groups, like North said, and then we can meet up. At like
Right.
down square or something.
Makes
Let the
sense.
party.
Well, I am certainly interested to see these races that are going on.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's any harm to us sticking together. I mean, if all the action is in one place, of course there's going to be groups of people heading there, right?
And
Oh,
not
yeah.
to mention, wouldn't it be a little suspicious if we just got into town and were already spreading out in the middle of the night?
Definitely.
Kitty
More
Soul,
choices.
calm down.
Kitty Soul needs to calm his tits. Oh.
Hey, map, map, map.
Well, shit. Why don't I get any treats?
Because you didn't go with North. If you went with North, apparently North has all the treats. North is currently sitting in an alley feeding stray cats. Little does he realize that they are hiding their thumbs beneath their paws. Okay, so
Kill it with fire?
kill him with fire? Question mark?
Give it to me.
Let me switch up the Atmo for a second.
Hey, Dromy.
Atma.
So, so to the races then? I'll look around.
Yeah.
Races.
Was waiting for a Lana reference. Thank you, Sunder.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
C'est le Grand Prix.
All right. As you guys head out amongst the city life, are you guys
What's
keeping
the
an eye out?
architecture like?
Oh,
Well, that's what I was about to ask. Are you guys keeping an eye out, or just kind of looking, trying to follow the crowds, or what? How are you guys wanting
I
to do
think
this?
just kind of blend and follow as best as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going kind of touristy at the moment, looking at the architecture, kind of seeing what seems interesting around me.
And while Renan's looking at the architecture, I'll look at the people. I want to know what they're like, how they dress, and
And
wanna
if
be
being
sort of
armed
where
is
the
common,
people are.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the places and just find out which place is which, building wise, like shop wise.
Yeah, like what's
What's
in
what?
which district?
What?
Actually,
But-
yeah, like even if I'm rolling perception checks, I would like to look for some shops, see what we can see.
Sonder, anything in particular you're looking for?
Any taverns?
Cases of Bacardi chasers.
Got
What?
All
I
right.
feel like Faye would be the
That's-
place that has Zima.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Like
I
that's
miss
like
Zima.
that's their main import or export is Zima.
That's all they have left.
Yes.
that explains so much.
Now,
I'm okay
like,
with
You
this.
didn't say skooma.
well, that's the Khajiit.
I mean, you are heading towards the outskirts. Who knows what you
This
can
is
find.
similar to
I-
elsewhere.
I do want to try to find actually like a hookah.
Oh, that's
then
right.
some-
Okay, so Iskra, for your people search, make a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Where my people at?
Renan and Galil, as you guys are looking at stores and buildings and things, make your perception check. And Sonder, looking for alcohol.
Wait, hookah.
Hookah.
Make
sorry.
alcohol with your breath.
25.
Maybe joining Iskra in her look.
Sure. For sure. Renan,
And then maybe some shisha.
D6.
26. Ooh. Sonder?
I heard an owl.
I heard it too.
Yeah, but Renan's looking for owls.
20.
Listen, it's not ambience evening town. That is what I have going, okay?
I don't care. The audio has spoken. Give me my owl, Aaron.
Sonder, you said what? Was it 25?
20? Just 20.
20. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Iskra, Ardred.
You just see it in Oreo's mouth.
14.
14.
Just the 16 for me.
16. Cool. All right. So,
Oh, what a owl.
oh, I'm sorry, Granikotsky, I forgot. I can change it. Okay. Sonder, as you guys are navigating towards the outskirts, you do notice that there are a couple of, and I guess this goes for everybody in general, especially Galil and Renan that are looking at buildings as well. You can see the bigger and more elaborate buildings are definitely closer to the edges of this plateau. And I think I had mentioned before, they have that, there's a lot of spire and sharp edges to them and that almost Gothic style of architecture. But the further away from the fortress that you get, closer to the outskirts, things start to quote unquote break down. There's not as much stone, brick, and mortar style buildings as they are that. Oh my God! Here we go again. And the last time I described this, I lost the word for it. But it's like stucco-esque. You know, it's
Yeah.
like mud building.
Adobe.
More Adobe styled. The further out you go, there's a very
All made in Photoshop.
yeah, very like you can see the almost lines of style the further away from the fortress become
It's just
less
all PDFs.
city-like. Yeah, it's all PDFs as far as the eye can see. A couple of Word
They're all
documents
PDFs?
float around
Oh, no.
aimlessly.
Excel worksheets. No.
Who even
Never
uses InDesign? Really?
Some really intense redlining going on there.
Of access.
Control Alt Delete.
And
Control
so
Alt
the
Delete.
further away you get from the fortress section, the buildings grow shorter as well. Like you might expand up like 2 to 3 stories, but they get wider and cover more block space. Whereas further up, the blocks are smaller but go up more. And it just kind of gradually tapers down. The further out of the outskirts you get, there's more, the cobblestone fades to become more just hardened earth and sand.
The people themselves, do they change as well? Like, aside from like going into closer to poverty, it seems like the outcropping of that obsidian thing seems corrupting in a way. So maybe those who are closer to it, assuming maybe they were.
Maybe once you explore that side, you'll be able to determine that more. But since the harbor kind of sits on that middle line, it's just a visual thing of what you can see going up towards the higher you get to the plateau, and then further away. Right now, just around the dock area, it's very much the common folk. There's not, they don't look rich by any means, but they don't look in extreme poverty either.
Yep.
And even as you guys start going towards the outskirts, this is definitely, you can see that where the majority of the population resides. And a lot of them, the people that you see, and this will tie now in more towards Iskra and Ardren, things that I think have been mentioned before for Iskra, and things that Ardren has seen before when it comes to Thayans, is one of the common differences between the higher class Thay and lower class is hair. The higher class Thayans have less and less hair. They ritually shave their heads, and you will replace. They have tattoos a lot of the times, especially red wizards. They will have more of the arcane kind of tattoo symbolage, whereas high-ranking members of the Thayan Empire mimic that, but don't have that arcane nature to them. But they just have there's a lot of the side, what's it called when you just shave one side and the hair kind of flows over to the other.
Lazy
undercut?
Huh?
An undercut?
Undercut, yeah. A lot of the undercut.
Or just a side shave.
Or a side shave, yeah. There's a bunch of different, there's more of that kind of style, or where both sides you can see are shaved and they just keep a row of long hair that's kind of braided, or short. It's a lot of that. But then the more you get into the common folk and those who even are enslaved, they don't cut their hair at all. So they'll have long braids and long curls of hair that kind of go down to their backs or lower, and are decorated or braided, but not in an extravagant fashion, if that makes sense. And so you'll see a lot of that the more you go into the outskirts, which seems to be more of the slave quarter, if you will.
So is the equivalent in Thayan society of Dobby being given a sock is being given a haircut?
Maybe, it's kind of a thing that is kind of reserved for those of higher stature, kind of thing.
Is anybody...
No locks for love.
Yeah. Is anybody what?
Locks for conquest. Is anybody walking around armed that isn't a guard?
With that perception check, you don't really notice too many. At least nothing that seems like they carry weapons on the outside. Mm-hmm. And even the guards that pass you by, they clock you guys, but they don't. They kind of watch with interest, but for a little bit, but then don't say or confront or anything as you guys are walking.
Is anybody in our group walking around armed, or?
Soul, your claws don't count. Not what we meant.
No, he's just Saul
These
is Saunders'
babies.
weapon.
Yeah, Iskra and Sonder have their weapons.
Everybody's here for the races, but I'm here for the gun show.
Where is Pop Tart? Oh.
I do love the
just
fact
hanging
that
out,
I'm
just sort of like in
fully...
his collar.
I'm wearing my armor, but I have no weapons now.
Okay, Sonder. You see, looking for a lot of anything that looks like it's a shop right now is closed. You can see several that you have like display kind of things set up on the outside where normally you could see like they placed things almost like countertops or whatever that would maybe have goods on top. You can see the sun bleached circles of where they may have maybe placed things normally during the day, but everything's been taken and stored away inside, and doors look locked or closed up.
No open hookah bars.
There's a couple of like what looks like tavern-like places, but they are for the most part look empty or quiet on the inside. And you can, in the distance, hear the sounds of a crowd and music and such coming, like echoing from across the city, as now you are in this more wide open, getting kind of like in that, more in the outskirts section. It kind of echoes across the open area a lot more.
That really gets Iskra's attention. Like, if you guys look at her, you can tell she's like a little bit excited. She's
Hey,
really
keep
dropped
the
out
child
of the
leashed.
poised demeanor that she was putting on for the character that she's playing, and is now just interested in seeing what's gonna happen.
Okay. Who's kind of leading the group as far as like walking? Okay, you're on your own. So
I imagine myself following just slightly
scout.
behind Sonder, like to his side, but like one step behind.
Sonder, make a survival check for me as you're trying to guide the party. You as well, North.
What did we say as to like the like finding any shops or anything?
Most of the shops that we're seeing are, you can obviously tell, are closed up for the night. Nothing seems to be open late right now.
I figured that these kind of large cities and scapes are more of your forte, Iskra.
Well, you wouldn't be incorrect. Why do you say that?
I don't think I'm doing a good job of guiding us. So I got the 5.
I'm gonna like nudge him with my shoulder and be like, all right, let me take over. And then step a little bit in front of him.
Okay.
And I got a artificial 20.
So did I. I was going to say a
but,
plastic
like,
20.
It's like, when it's dead like this, you just gotta pay attention. Which way are people generally walking, right? You hear that din out there? You see the little bit of glow of light in the distance? There's something fun happening that way. Or maybe something to walk away from, but, you know, we'll only find out when we get closer.
Background just fight, 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 fight.
Finish him.
I mean, it is
Amazing.
day. I figured like Mortal Kombat is like, you know, a televised sport here.
Yeah.
It's not really races, it's like the Thunderdome.
Just randomly, you just hear like fatality.
It's definitely pod racing.
Perfect.
You just see like a little
Fatality.
kid.
President Humongous.
You're looking down there, you just see like a yellow shirted kid down there with a beefy arm, and you're like, what the fuck?
Okay.
What dimension is this?
So, as you guys start navigating your way, Iskra, you use your kind of Ravnican senses as far as like knowing where the crowd is and being able to follow that, especially when this area that you have been exploring has been so quiet. It's kind of easier to like pinpoint where the sounds seem to be echoing or coming from and kind of make your way that way. And occasionally you'll see a couple of people here and there that seem to be headed in that same direction. Especially now as you kind of find some of the more main thoroughfares, you can see that there are people who are kind of walking that way, and a couple of people that are walking back towards you, going back towards their homes probably for the night or whatever.
I kind of like keep my ears open and my eyes peeled, so if any of them are look like they're talking excitedly about what they're about to see or discussing what they just experienced, that I pick up on that and use that to lead us.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check then for me. See how well you pick up on this.
Excuse me, I just got an artificial 20 on my survival.
Can you excuse me?
Alright. Let's say 17.
Oh, okay. Arjun, what were you gonna say?
Are there any like buskers or like town criers or any like people shouting from market stalls kind of thing? Figure if there's like if this is like an outdoor festival, maybe like the stores are closed, maybe there's some stalls as we start to get closer.
Probably once you get closer enough to get to the event, you probably figure there might be something along those lines. You can kind of hear the sounds of music playing and things like that the further away in you get. As far as listening to people that are passing by, some of them are speaking excitedly, but they aren't speaking in common. They are speaking in what you would assume might be a local dialect instead. A couple of them do speak common, however, and they are talking about looking forward to the start of the races come tomorrow.
And even
like
the ones
from what
that,
you've been able. Go ahead.
Even the ones that don't speak common, that's fine. I just listening for the tenor of their conversation, you know.
Yeah,
and if I can manage to pick up, figure out a word, because then that's wonderful. But otherwise, you know,
one who speaks Thayan doesn't go.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was like,
I didn't think about that.
That's fine. No, they do seem to be there is some excitement going, and then some of the ones that do speak in common, apparently you grasp from the bits of conversation that tonight is like an opening ceremony kind of thing. So tomorrow will be the first of the grand races.
Okay.
As I'm getting closer, am I seeing any shops, vendors?
I was about to come to you in just a second.
Okay. Special.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
I rolled a 22.
No, yeah, you did.
I'll look back at Khalil and Renan and let them know that that's what's up. It's like, so these races, they haven't started yet. This is like opening day, basically. So we're here at a great time, potentially.
Hopefully they have nachos.
Some of the events, but you know. You guys keep telling me about these things. I'm excited to experience them one day.
One day.
You think they'll have nachos here?
Oh my gosh. Maybe then we can finally end our journey here.
You did say there's some kind of celebration food, right?
Yeah. The best.
Nice.
Amazingly enough, they haven't found nachos up until this day.
You think they have elote?
All right, pack up, go home. We found nachos.
Everybody go home.
The
war's over.
I love the idea that as soon as he left the abyss, somebody was saying, "Oh no, it's raining again," and it's just nachos falling from the sky.
It's
I'm so glad somebody got that.
The grand prize winner of the races receives nachos, so we're gonna have to enter.
Supreme nachos.
Nacho
I'm okay
Supreme.
with this.
That's what they call the race winner, the Nacho Supreme.
Yes.
What's the sidekick, like Nacho Libre or?
Yep. That's second place. Nacho Libre and Nacho Supreme. The third one is the loaded nachos. I can't believe I am falling for this. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Could you get like a fried sole and butter?
Can I get like
dead liches?
Loaded funnel cake snacks, please? Thank you.
Oh my god. Listen, I've had enough fair food for
with the
a week.
With the apple and cream cheese.
The funnel cake right there on the bottom, and then the
eggs.
scoops of ice cream on top with
I didn't
whipped
get
cream
funnel cake
everywhere as well.
Or like a fried Oreo.
I could feel my heart rate
Fried
just
Oreo.
clogging
I
as we
see what you
speak.
did there, Soul. You devious bastard.
They have fried Oreos here at Worst Fest.
Yeah. Well, let's
I
fry
know they
up.
found a way
we-
to deep fry water, and I figured if any horrifying country could do it, it would be Thay.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't even
All
have
right.
water to begin with. Oh.
Moving on.
All right.
Deep fried Soul Kitty.
Deep fried Soul Kitty.
I'm okay with this.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
So we all start
Charge the battery
talking
on
about
that
the
power
About
magnificent,
food.
wonderful festival foods that we could possibly encounter.
We're talking about foods on the way there, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. North. On your survival check, you had rolled a 20, right? So,
I did.
So, as you are moving along, let's see here.
Oh, you gotta keep it strong.
Nope.
Move along.
Like I know you do.
Move along.
Okay. All right. As you are going along, you're taking a slightly different route because you had come from a different direction, but you kind of are following along the same path in general. And
Last ones.
you walking by yourself, make a perception check for me.
1, 2.
$15?
15.
Mm-hmm.
You pass through some of these streets that are lit by the moon and little else. A lot of the light seems to be shut down as a lot of these neighborhoods that you are passing through are dark. And it brings you memories of when you pass through these areas of kind of like avoiding people and avoiding more of the centers and kind of sticking to the outskirts. You pass a couple of places that do seem to be like bars or like oh my god, what are those called?
Eyeballs.
Lower than bars. There are like dive bars.
Brothels.
Kinda like dive
Brothels.
bars. No,
Dive
it's
on
more
in.
like dive bars. It's like very small. It's almost like just a
I love dive
It-
bars.
it's almost like just like an open wall of a building that has a
Like a
couple
little
of
pub.
yeah, almost. This is like a couple of
Little
like
side
stools
pub.
that are
A
set
hole
up
in the wall.
to a literal hole in the wall almost, and you can see that there are a few
So
Yeah,
to
like a little
annex,
London side pub.
occasional people that will be sitting there, but it's again very dead. You can hear that the the city kind of you're going in the right direction. You can hear that there's more life going, but you walking solo, you can see a couple of like those old grizzled types that are always sitting at the bars. And they're like barflies, the ones that are just always there. They just kind of like turn to look at you as you walk past.
Just gonna keep walking with a stone face, just
Keep continuing to move along.
Get chicken. And Liam Neeson isn't here.
Um,
got blind set of 10 feet. Can't
you keep walking. Well, yeah, you do have blind sight, right? You sense as you're continuing along within that blind sight. Suddenly, there is a little fleck of a small person that is kind of like up close to you, and they're behind you, but not in a threatening way of like being up against you, but they're just kind of moved quickly out of the shadows and following along, and you hear the voice from behind and below you.
Lost, are you? Lost? Do you need assistance, guidance, perhaps a way to find yourself to the races? You don't look like you're from around here.
And you look like you cost some coin.
Do you turn around to look at who the source of the voice?
Not quite yet.
I would never ask for any coin. No. This is purely from the goodness of my own heart.
Yeah. I turn now.
A traveler. You are a traveler, are you not?
You turn around and you can see there is this like really small goblin that is dressed in very poor clothing, but has like a little cape that's basically like maybe almost looks like a pillowcase that's been torn to fit over it and wrapped around his neck. There's like a perfect little square. It's just like literally a square of fabric that has been cut and is just kind of like tied. But he's got this like this super green and dark green skin that looks weathered from the sun, very wrinkled. You can see he's got like his little tufts of eyebrow hair, are like almost like a salt and pepper black and white.
He was probably one of those like a scam salesman, like just like, oh, look my flyer, come get my solutions.
Like,
Wanna buy a sundial?
You come from far away? You look like...
he looks you up and down.
Looks like you've come from far away. Have you come for the grand races? They start tomorrow.
And why might you be trying to help me?
You are walking alone. It's not safe to be walking alone in these streets.
I'm pretty good to keep up with myself. Besides,
Sure.
and then in Goblin, I'll say, I'm pretty sure someone's always watching me.
He like bounces excitedly from foot to foot.
Oh,
And replies again in Goblin.
oh, you speak the language. Good. Are you sure? I can definitely help. Find your way quickest and safest I can.
Not right now, but I have a feeling we'll run into each other again soon.
Fine. Have it your way. Don't come crawling back to me if you get mugged or hurt or lost, even possibly eaten. You don't know what's out in these streets, but I do.
Good to see you look pretty skimpy there yourself. Pretty
That's
sure you're not
because
just
they
asking
haven't
for
been
my
able to
protection?
catch me yet.
Ah. Then I'll see you around.
Fair, stranger, fair. Good luck to you then.
And he kind of like stops trailing you and like walks over to the side of the building and just kind of watches as you leave. Just keeps waving as you go.
I'm going to kind of nonchalantly kind of pat around my pockets and make sure I didn't get swiped of anything and look around my pack and my...
Make an investigation check. With advantage, because it is your own body.
Cool.
Can't steal pride if you don't have any.
18. Wow.
Inspiration.
18. Nothing seems to be missing.
Cool.
Okay. But you continue to move closer towards the village. Or not the village, the sounds.
races.
Yeah, the races.
How close am I by now in comparison to since I left rather early?
Hard to say. I mean, you're still walking through the city, and it does seem to be a very large city. So you've been walking for like 20, 30 minutes now, and you look like you're in the middle of it.
Does it seem to be getting more crowded as I get closer to the roaring uproar, or is it still seems
you'll
like a way
see
to go?
occasionally. You'll see people that are will be walking that way or walking around. There are more people around, but it's not necessarily like
Less
packed
and
yet.
less.
Yeah. To that effect, as we get you guys closer, we're going to switch these sound effects up a little bit. Let's see.
Oh, you mean you're gonna stop torturing me with the damn owl?
For now.
Until he
you
stops
wouldn't.
getting a hoot out of it.
Arjun, fuck off.
Amazing. Well done.
Oh, we were getting along so well, too.
I know.
All right. So as you guys do, we'll say it takes you about 30 to 45 minutes of travel before you do reach. Okay, this is a lot more wild than I was expecting. There's like fireworks and all sorts of
And there's
randomness.
oh,
going on.
I thought it was ropes, like leather rope pulling together.
Oh.
Not everything is bondage.
All right. So anyway,
You don't know that?
anyway, moving on. Once you guys get into the mix of this area, you see that everything is more lit. There is more more people. The smell. Not see. As soon as I said it, I was like, bad choice of words.
It's lit.
Renan,
Sorry.
or go ahead. What were you gonna say?
On the
And
subject
Fire Festival.
of the shops that we saw that were closed, did we see any that seemed of interest that we might want to go see tomorrow before we get into the festival grounds and I forget?
Not really. Nothing. Oh, you can see that there are some shops, but none of them have like massive display windows. This is the side of town where most things are taken in and out of the buildings kind of to sell. You can see that you pass through an area that looks like it is a marketplace, but is not currently, aside from a few of the guards that are kind of watching over the empty stalls and stuff. You don't really see anything in the way of like that jumps out at you. Maybe closer towards the main parts of the city, you might find something that would have more display. Yeah.
Alright.
This is
sorry,
a
thank
lot
you.
of this. No, you're fine. A lot of this section of the city is more living spaces than it is like shopping of any sort.
Living spaces.
All right. So once you approach the city, you do get a mixture of the smells, that normally come with a festival. You can smell various like cooking foods. You see that there is definitely a lot of people in this area, and we'll say it's probably it's probably been about 45 minutes to an hour since you guys have left the ship or the dockside to get to
Did
this
they
part
go
of
the
the city.
same way I did?
Not. I mean, it was kind of like you guys moved parallel, but you had already gone further up than they had, and they had kind of cut around. So it's kind of, you didn't go the same streets, but you probably would have gotten there around the same time. But you can see various stalls. You do see a couple of places that are selling like various trinkets of different kinds. You can see garlands made of beads that are like loud and kind of jangly and rattly as they are like passed around or move with the people. You can see the more lit area looks to be a very big open stadium. There's big almost like caravan style tents that kind of peek up and around this area, but you can see through them as there's as many people as are around. There's still enough space. You can see that it can fill even more. But now being as late as it is, whatever this opening night celebration is, it's kind of either approaching its end or like they're in the middle. There's a good amount of people as you were getting close to it were already starting to kind of leave. So it's kind of calming down a little bit. But you are here in the midst of this grand race. What are you guys looking for? What are you guys doing?
I'll buy some of those jangly bead garlands.
I was going to say the same thing.
Nice.
Renan and I are gonna walk up to one of those vendors together, and I'm like
Iskra and I just run off hand in hand, like, oh my god!
yeah, I'm totally stoked, and so I'm gonna like look at the things, look at everybody, notice that Renan's interested, and then like kind of at first like taking a few kind of bouncy steps while walking backwards. I'm gonna then spin around and head over to one of them.
Can I be the responsible adult holding everybody's child leash?
Are there any food places or people selling snacks or things?
Oh yes, the sounds of grilling and sizzling meats and vegetables on skewers. The sounds of like cooking food. The smells are intense and very intoxicating to the
I
senses.
just went straight to
Are
like
there
Spirited
any
Away.
Soul's
Do I
going
hear-
to nibble on Saunders' ear.
Do
Let's
I
go.
hear any?
Oh, then he's
idea
going to
black-
like paw at one of the locations where there's food.
Okay.
Left.
Are you like Ratatouille now, where you're just like
Ratatouille.
controlling Sonder with the pulling his hair? North. What did you say? You're looking for what?
Do I see or hear a blacksmith around, or like an armory?
No,
Arms,
this is not. They're not really selling that kind of thing
antiques.
here. Yeah, this is more like what you would find at a fair. Kind of sellers are not really selling anything of that style here yet. This is more like goodies, trinkets, and snacks kind of thing that they are selling for the festival. It's the like a market hasn't been, will probably be open more like tomorrow. But yeah, Iskra Renan, you go up to and find yourself a couple of really colorful, brightly either painted or even some of them are like the stone and shell that they are made with, just really bright and vibrant things. You can probably get for about 2 copper each.
I'm gonna get some spares too.
Okay.
That's cool.
All right. You can.
I would aim for the stone and shell one.
Sure.
What should I call this as a custom item?
Festival beads. I don't know.
Mardi Gras.
I can live with that. That's fine.
Yeah, festival beads. That's basically
Well,
what they
ain't
are.
no beats.
Festive race bobble.
Festive race bubbles. Yeah.
Benoit bubbles.
You said how many?
It'll be 2 copper. 2 copper. 2 copper.
My name is Benoit.
As you guys are like walking around, go ahead and make perception checks for me if you want.
Yeah.
What?
Ooh.
21.
21,
16.
16.
14.
25.
Nice.
Damn.
Wow.
You notice that amongst the people, there are a lot of humans, but you also see a lot of there are a few elven
Crickets.
kind, not too many. A lot of half orcs and orcs, lizard folk of various kind. You see gnolls, and more so than you've ever seen in any of the other places before. Goblin kind are pretty evenly spread out amongst the populace as well. You see goblins, hobgoblins, and even a few bugbear here and there traveling together in groups. So it's a very
Hodgepodge?
yeah, it's a very hodgepodge group of people, and a lot of them from that you wouldn't normally see in other parts of Faerun, perhaps.
Do we see them in kind of a lower social strata, or is it kind of just across all social strata?
Mostly lower. There's a few. It seems like there is more of the humans and elves that seem to be of the higher strata. There's a
Dying
couple
over
of the
there.
hobgoblins that are there as well that seem more well dressed or in a higher position than others. But for the most part, it seems like the people that are here now are more of the lower structures. North, make a perception check for me.
Beautifuls.
Just an FYI, I went ahead and got 5. And with that, I will look to Iskra as both of us are kind of excitedly holding a
18.
new set of beads. I will put 2 on my neck and then like holding it. These are beautiful. I love festivals.
They're fun
It's a-
and they make noise, and I like it.
They rattle a lot. They are just specifically designed to where they're almost like segmented knots so that they can kind of like move back and forth and like clatter against each other as you wear them.
I've got 4, and then I'll put 1 around my neck, and I'll tie 1 on my waist. and then the other two I'll just kind of carry for now.
Well, and
until-
one of the things that Renan would also do is offer to put one over your neck. If you...
Oh. I'll like bow
Delay you.
with like a sweeping like.
All right. You guys, as you guys are kind of commingling around, you do from a distance kind of see some of your friends as they do kind of stick out as not like they stick out from the crowd, but you recognize your friends amongst this crowd of people.
Hey, look, a guy with wings dancing at a beach shop.
Gotta be Renan.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah. So you're able to meet up with them. You do see the majority of the people are gathered around a series of stalls and tents, probably some 60 or 40 feet away. 60 feet away, let's say.
Oh, excuse me. Goodness.
I want
Just
to
there's
go
like a
over
crowd there.
there. I want to go. I want to go over there and kind of peek and see what's the buzz.
Okay.
Same.
What the rest? Alrighty.
I'm
As you
gonna
get-
buy some street food, and then also head that direction. Maybe with an extra spear of whatever for somebody else.
Spirit pickles.
Freaking on the
Yeah,
Pickles,
I'll buy
chicken on a stick.
something.
Chicken on a stick.
I'll
Yeah.
buy
We
something
got
on
some
stick for Galil,
coconut water while we're at it.
And you know what? I'll get 3. One for Galil, one for Oreo, and one for myself.
And a Bud Light.
Yay.
No Bud Light.
North.
Oh my god.
I need to see your drinking ticket. Come on.
Drink-
No
North,
cash,
who do you
only
approach?
tickets.
It's
Oh
in
my
one of
God.
those cheap plastic cups.
Yeah. As you guys.
Oh yeah, if there's a beverage, definitely a beverage too.
Okay.
What were
We'll
you
say
saying,
for
Renan?
all of that about 10,
Sweet.
10 copper.
Okay, perfect.
North,
Copper.
who do you approach?
I'm sorry.
Do you approach
Do
any
you
of the
approach
party,
me, or
do you just go over to where you see the buzz of the people?
I'd say the former option.
So you
I
go
don't remember
to
which
approach the
one was-
party.
I want to kind of meet up with them first and be like, I want to go over there. Do y'all want to come with me?
Okay.
I reaching for my wise murmur, I project specifically you. I know that stealth is kind of your thing, but like a set of festival bead?
To you, North.
What was that last part?
Festival beads?
Do you
Do
want?
I want them?
Yeah.
Sure.
So I hold it out just like I did for Iskra.
They're anal beads.
Oh my god.
No, that would be horrifying.
big
Stone
are the
and
beads?
shells?
It's the fact that he, as soon as he said that, he leaned forward and went down.
God damn it. Okay. So, moving on.
Can I do a perception or an insight check to see like any cultural particularities the people are doing while at the festival?
Sure. So as you guys are doing that and moving towards this area where there seems to be the majority of the people are at, you hear from inside like some strange growling and hissing noises coming from like the inside of the tent.
That actually got my attention. So
You
I
can
want to
go ahead.
rush up to it.
all of
I'm
a
literally-
sudden,
Move, bitch! Move! I'm gay.
With his
As Khalil is running over that way, I quick like hand out the 2 food items on a stick, like as a like a racing flag, so he can grab it as he goes
Nice.
past.
Ah, thank you. Come again.
Oh my gosh. As you guys get closer to these tents, you see that they do all, if each individual one, and there are 12 tents that kind of stand in a row. and all of them contain a large white beast inside. Renan, what are you gonna say?
I walk over to Sonder and hold up a set of beads, and just kind of with a questioning look on my face. Put that one over your head. And I scratch behind Kitty Soul's ear and say, "Don't worry, I am keeping mine on, yours on my person, and you will get it."
Okay. Oh, which point of order? So if you're keeping your form, you might want to. It's been an hour.
Oh, and it's 4 hours.
4 hours, perfect. All right, cool. Perfect. As you guys come up within line of sight of the entrance of these tents, you can see now the creature inside, and I'm going to post art for this after the stream. But in the meantime, if you will, these creatures are probably slightly bigger than most of the the largest horses you have seen by a good little bit. They stand at the shoulders, probably about we'll say about 8 to 9 feet tall at the shoulders. They have these large, almost horse-like bodies that are covered in scales. Their heads look like more like kind of like a draconic mix between a horse and a cobra, as they have these wide white frills. They kind of run from the tops of their backs of their head and run towards the back of their neck. They look rather intimidating, to say the least. But they're not within like arm's reach of anybody. At the top of their, like, the head is probably stands up about 10 feet in the air. But you can see each one, like, there's slightly differentiating coloration to some of the scales that are on their body. And above each banner is a name written in what you would assume to be Thayan, as apparently, like, each of these are the things that are being raced as part of this grand race.
Oh, yeah.
They are both interesting and slightly on the scary side.
They're interesting creatures.
Does Malzahar react to that in any way?
Thank you.
Malzahar doesn't. I mean, what did you tell Malzahar to do?
He's just looking at everything, taking it all in. But
If anything,
go
ahead.
Go ahead. You go.
No, I was just gonna say, if anything, it might like curl back a little bit from these large creatures. But that's, I mean, I don't think Malzahar.
So it's not like a reptile sense thing, like they can kind
kinship.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Come on.
They
He
start
still
speaking
does this
parcel tongue at each other.
I mean, these are a good, like, the tents themselves have like a barrier around where the crowd is kept, where they can kind of look at them. So they're probably a good 15 feet away from the crowd. So they're not close enough to where you can like get anywhere close, super close to them, as they do seem rather.
Do they spit venom?
Are you just? Oh, you're just.
You're not there.
I know.
Yeah, you're not even here. You hush.
I know. So I'm like, okay, like they're gonna listen to me. Bonus.
Well, I mean, I was gonna let Aaron respond if he was gonna say something, but otherwise, you're not here. Shut up.
Yeah. So, yeah, they definitely have a very strange and almost menacing look to them. But apparently these are what they race around here. Sonder, out of the corner of your eye, you see that they're, you being the musician that you are, you can see this one particular lizard folk man that has what looks like almost like a large violin strapped to his back. He's kind of there looking around the crowd, kind of peeking over everybody's head. He stands probably about 7 feet tall. at the top of his head as he's kind of like peeking over the crowd, looking at the these creatures. He's kind of close. He kind of gets closer to where you guys are at, and just kind of like.
I'm gonna say to Sonder while this guy is near us, it's like, do you think they have riders? Or...
I imagine so. If they're doing races, perhaps, yeah. Unless
Standing close to you guys, I'm like, if they do, then I'm suddenly slightly more concerned about fighting Thayans.
You catch the attention of this individual as he kind of turns his head to you and looks down at both of you. He's like,
Sorry. Don't mean to be rude.
It's fun. That's quite an instrument you have.
and just gives this really big, toothy grin. It's like, he kind of has more of a Komodo dragon look to him. So like a very bluish skin coloration. He's a big guy, like a big guy.
Well, big lizard.
We're talking about like beefy, stocky, or like
Beefy.
Weight Watchers.
No, beefy, stocky, like big guy, which you know doesn't look the
yeah. Kendrick wants
violin player part.
It doesn't like
cello.
You know, for it almost would probably be on a normal person a cello, but it definitely is shaped more like a violin. He like looks. He's like,
okay. You said cholo.
Cholo, yeah.
He's shaped like a cholo.
He's shaped like a cholo. He's just like, are you new to the races?
We are here to actually perform and entertain while we are here. But yes, we are new to the races. And I'll pull out my dulcimer. Or I'm sorry, I'll pull out my lute and like.
He claps his big hands. He's like,
oh no.
Rio would love to hear you play. My name's Ogun.
And he like extends a really big meaty hand.
Ogun, nice to meet you. I am Vitra.
I'll be taking a bite of food off the stick with my like mask tipped up a little. I'm like, Jinx.
Jinx.
Yes, this is Jinx.
Nice to meet you.
These kind of sees that people that are kind of look, you know, you guys are kind of close to each other. Is like, these are your friends.
Yes, we are part of Sindra's splendorous squad of stupefaction.
There's a lot of S's in that name.
You can just call us Iskra.
At this point, can Mouse like
I
slip out of
swallowed the food
Iskra and like
because-
extra hiss, like as he says hiss.
Some people call us S Club 7,
Mouse
but we're not quite sold on it.
Oh god.
I have no affiliation to them.
With a mild bow, I am Ailun.
We call him a rattler. No.
It is a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Ogun the Fiddler.
What is the name of the person that you want to have us play for?
Oh, Rio. He's
Rio.
my little companion. I left him back at my abode. It's a little late for him. He has early bedtime.
Aye.
You guys have a spot in the show?
No. Ogun is not so lucky. I just play when I am able. More a street performer than anything.
Some of the best musicians I have ever met were street performers, so do not sell yourself short.
He like pats his like chest and is like,
That would be me. Say, you're new in town, yes? And you are a traveling group of performers. maybe I can help show you the ropes if this is your first race event.
Absolutely. What do you guys think?
I look to
Charles
the
raises
others.
his head up and down and hisses again.
What is
No
that
issue
thing?
in this.
This creature?
Galileo, you're muted.
Galileo, you're muted, or
Oh.
there he goes.
I said I'm still looking at the big white creature thing.
Awesome.
I actually missed what the question was. So
Yeah. What was the question? Sorry.
about what this guy said at the very end, it sounded like it was an offer or a question, but I kind of missed.
Just
If we wanted him to show us around, basically.
from, musician entertainer to another band of fellow entertainers.
Well, the extension of professional courtesy would be very much appreciated, I think.
I hate to do this, but
Sure.
What?
Okay. That was a 21. I'm like, crap. It's not very good, but I forgot insight was wisdom, and I get a +8, so.
Okay. I sent you something.
Suddenly,
Yes.
both getting back together.
And so he's like,
Well, then consider yourselves friends of Ogun the Fiddler. Welcome to the grand races.
Before we go anywhere, I think our one friend would really like to know a lot more about these amazing creatures,
Oh,
myself included.
the white cobra
Yes.
wolves.
And I kind of motioned to Galil and the
White.
Cobra Wolf.
Cobra wolves. Nice.
Oh, they are.
oh, I'm trying to think of the word.
Native around these parts. Very dangerous. But very fast. So,
Yes.
when they are raised properly, they make for interesting sport in races. Also very fast, very dangerous.
Have you ever written on yourself?
No. Ogun prefers to keep both feet on the ground.
And you said that
Riding these things. It's not something Ogun likes to do.
But it is possible.
If I was so inclined. But I'm best at work. 2 feet and playing a song.
I said that.
So,
Let us buy you a drink, and we can go adventure around.
sure. I know a good place. Do you wish to stay at the festival or find somewhere closer to, quieter to speak?
It might be nice to stay in the hustle and bustle, see what it's all about while we're here.
I agree.
Sure.
I'm staying anyway, so
I
want to see these things.
All right.
I
So-
for one
And
do
pay
have
one, be like, look what I got. No.
a question for you, but it is one that I prefer to not have everyone here.
He
You
kinda
know,
just like
The
shrugs. It's like,
hustle and bustle, of course.
Sure. We'll
Um,
find a place. Come with me. I'm gonna show you around this marvelous time you are to have.
and he kind of like starts walking. Just,
Where's the first stop on our tour, which is the murder alley?
yeah. So as you guys, most of you follow Ogun, your new fiddler friend, and Galil stays entranced by the large new creatures in front of him. We will go.
Are you really gonna try to steal a Cobra Wolf?
It wasn't
Put it
until you
past
said
him.
it.
Yes, he was.
He was already planning it, I am sure.
way ahead of you.
All right, so
He said
And I stayed
if
behind
they were
too.
trained properly,
That
They're made
doesn't
for
mean
good
they weren't
entertainment and
dangerous,
sport,
though.
Only makes sense. As a Beastmaster, can be
Yep.
done.
He has a thing for beasts.
Back to the abyss.
Banishment.
Oh my god, I love it. Okay.
I tossed this square in front of me.
I'll use this as bait. All right, guys. Well, that's where we'll go ahead and call
I
it for
would observe a
tonight.
banishment. So
Oh no.
Can I just say that while they're doing all their shenanigans, me, Granny, would have been like schooling the boys and taking all of their candy and teaching them how to play gin rummy.
Ooh.
I knew you were gonna say Gin.
Somehow. Sure.
Gin
Alright.
rummy?
I'm gonna go ahead and put those of you who are in chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this little adventure of ours.
The
Definitely-
roller coaster of a ride.
Definitely excited to see where and what comes of all of this adventure. I'm going to put, if you aren't already in our Discord, which I'm pretty sure most of you are, if you look in the Game of Santos art, I'm going to be posting pictures of your new friend, Ogun, the fiddler. That's going to
The
go.
roof.
That's going to go up first. And then,
I'm waiting.
I know, I posted it. Let's see if it goes through. And then also,
Does look like a lizard himbo.
The limbo.
where is
A limbo.
Oh, it feels like when you
Lispo.
cuddle him at night, he would exfoliate you.
I mean, he probably would.
I'm
Yes,
waiting.
Daddy.
Oh, and then
I'm
here's
waiting.
Don't let him bite you.
Maybe I do want him to buy me.
He-
oh,
if he's got
toxins.
Komodo, no, you don't.
Oh, the bacteria.
and then here is the white cobra wolves.
I'm getting 3 of them.
I'm getting 3 of them.
Wait, where are you posted? Oh,
Okay.
Game of Santos art.
Oh, he's
First
pretty.
of all,
I bet they would
could
make
you
great
just
armor.
imagine
He's
the look on
adorable.
Granny's face when she sees the boys writing these things and like, what the fuck did you get my grandson?
You do okay. Well, oh, actually, okay. This will give you an idea of how big these things are. We had a Star Wars discussion earlier this week with the Last Jedi. You remember those things that were racing at the
yeah.
so that's the size of these things.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Clean
if
shark
they get-
vibes.
If you get
Aw.
that, if you get how like the size, they are massive. They are huge things. But
Ogun
they
looks
are-
nice.
Bigger
He
than
looks nice.
Clydesdales?
yes.
Oh.
That's what I
Those
said.
are
At their shoulders are probably about 9 feet up, and at the top of their head, they're like pushing 10 or 11.
Oh.
Yeah, and then there's very long and lithe creatures, like wolf body shape, but then their heads have that like cobra-like frill with the little like horn kind of things at the ends of them.
What? So then, I hate to be that guy, but looking at their design, it doesn't look like they could be that fast because it doesn't look aerodynamic.
Well, I guess you'll have to wait and
You
see.
want to
huh?
argue physics in a fantasy world? Really? That's what we're
That's
going
what
to
I
do?
said. I don't want to be that guy, but
Well, I guess we know what disadvantage.
like it's
who's
like a
getting
safety-
disadvantaged
it's-
for the rest of his life?
those
That's
things
fine,
when they
dude.
run,
They look like they'd be able to glide pretty well and definitely maneuver.
like
Ooh,
I could
that'd
see them
be
gliding
cool.
down,
Really well,
but
too.
like running through some thickets, forest, like no, that would just
They're
like
in the desert.
They're in the desert.
that too.
The
Yeah,
thicket is
that
the
too.
crowd.
They ride
Oh,
the
God.
they
All
ride
right,
the
in any
Into the
sandstorm.
case,
thick of it.
Thank you guys once again for hanging out with us. I mean, hope you had fun as much as most of us
We did scaring the shit out of that soldier.
Oh my god,
That was great.
you guys are the
That was
worst.
hilarious.
I'm sure
That's
none
gonna
of
find
this, none of this
He's
will
secretly
ever
find a baby
come
version of
back
this.
to bite you. Not.
I'm gonna find a baby version of this. Train it.
Uh-huh.
How to train your dragon.
All right, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Man.